Happy
All right.
anniversary,
I
dude.
hit that one. All right, so hi guys, I'm starring on. I'm the idiot responsible for whatever emotional trauma my dumb little VN has caused you, and in that regard, I apologize profusely. Today, February 1st, is the 2-year anniversary of Out of Touch. I started work on it before that, but February 1st is when we put out the entirety of Volume 1, and I consider that to be the true launch date because we got rid of a lot of garbage that was in the original build. So this is our birthday. This is the real thing. And what a freaking birthday we have. I can't believe the amount of support we've gotten over the last year alone, let alone the last 2 years. I couldn't have expected that we would jump in numbers the way we have since 2022. And it's all thanks to you guys. Every single one of you. Just the fact that you've heard about it, even if you don't pledge, even if all you do is just play it and never speak a word. This game owes you specifically quite a bit. And for that, I could think of no better way to spend the birthday of this game than with you guys. So I'm doing the stream for you guys. This is my thank you to you. I want to answer any questions you guys have. So feel free to unmute when you want. This is a very casual stream. I am recording this, so don't say anything too horrifically embarrassing for yourself, but I guarantee you I will embarrass myself. So don't worry about that. We'll be brothers in arms there. We will be putting this up onto YouTube, hopefully, if I haven't messed up the OBS recording of this, which I very well might have. So we will be skipping over, like, lewd sections, but this is OoT. There's no porn in this game anyway, right? Other than that, I'm going to start with the prologue that we all know, love, and hate. And then you don't. So you'll get to see that and probably be convinced not to give me money ever, which is fair enough.
Just letting you know, yeah, I am here because, well, a friend invited me, and I never played this game, so this is going to be like a first reaction for me too. So
nice. Yeah. I won't be narrating so much. I probably will be jumping around the game, so I'll probably do the prologue. Then I kind of want to jump to 22 because that's, in my opinion, where it gets interesting. That's about when I started full time on the project, so you probably have noticed there's quite a jump in quality at that point. Plus, it's where everything gets, well, it's always been dramatic, but that's where it gets seriously dramatic. After that, I'm willing to jump around to whatever chapters you guys feel like. So I'm okay with that. I want to involve you guys, so feel free. The button. We'll get to the button. But yeah, I won't be narrating, so I will be talking about stuff. So feel free to, if you have questions, feel free to speak up. You don't have to be quiet.
I do have a question.
Yes.
Sorry for interrupting, but my question is this. If we are new to this game through, either this recording or the stream or whatever, should new people go away now and play the game without watching this first, and then maybe come back later and then watch the recording afterwards?
Almost certainly.
Okay, I'm going to take that as an opportunity to leave now and play the game myself, so I can experience this all, fresh.
Very understandable. We will be uploading this, so feel free to come back. Hopefully you'll get some insights if you do, or if you hate the game and you never want to see me again. I completely understand.
I believe in you. See you, everyone.
All right, bye. Thanks for joining.
Also, to add to something you said a minute ago, for the people who do want to ask questions, I am also here if you want to ask technical questions about the Unity end of stuff.
Yeah, it's all his fault. I just work here.
Yeah, you can blame me for that stuff, and anybody is welcome to ask questions or
where's Android
or ask about it. It's been done for like a month. What are you talking about?
Well, yeah, we'll get started here. I'm actually playing on the newest test build that has had some major overhauls, thanks to our friend NB in chat here. the strong and silent type down there. He's put in a lot of effort upgrading OoT. And you can already tell from like the settings. Hey, look, it doesn't look like garbage anymore. Look at that.
Yeah.
We have like actual resolutions, not all those stupid different refresh rate ones. And look, well, I guess you won't be able to tell because I'm streaming the whole window, but it changes the moment you change stuff. So we have a real settings menu. It's great. Look at that.
Does the full screen actually work now?
The full screen actually works. I don't actually use full screen, but because I'm a pleb, but
Yeah.
that's all good. And we got a debug console too.
It has proper tabs, so it sorts all the settings,
right.
which gives you more options. This was something I wanted to do for a long time, but as everybody here that does know me knows, I hate working on UI, so I'm very grateful for NB's work on all this stuff.
Me too. Easy clap for that guy. Easy clap.
Clap.
You know? All right, so here we go. So this is the this is swinging for the fences right out of the gate. I'm a guy who I'm really bad at writing filler. I'm really bad at writing filler. Like slice of life stuff, I can't do it.
Is that why there's no porn in this game?
That's why there's no part in this game. That's true.
Is that why you made a slice of life for most games?
So, I made a melodrama. It's a little different. But that's why the first scene is this scene. And this was probably... And this part with... I'm going full spoilers. I'm going to assume most of you have seen this already, so you already know it.
And that's my cue to leave.
Oh, there's your... yeah, I'm going to explain some references, sorry.
All right. Well, final spoiler warning for anyone who's new. 3, 2, 1. I'm gone.
Yeah. So Vic's mom, Ruriko, if you didn't know this is her, right? This is a line from chapter 29 where she's in the bedroom with that spirit that comes and talks to her.
Right. Okay, I got a question for you.
Yes.
When are you changing the old character of her dad?
That's on a that is on a low priority. I'll say, yeah, it's his old model, and it is bad. It is bad.
Yeah, that nose outline.
It's awful.
If I remember correctly, most of the prologue renders are really old, and some of them were really
so
bad.
They are old, but they're not the oldest ones in OoT. Actually, the prologue was remade after I made chapter 15. So that's why February 1st is the official launch days, because I actually remade the entire prologue. It used to look so much worse. In fact, it had some of the first renders I ever made for OoT. So it had 2019 renders in it. Now it just has 2020 renders.
Which chapter's the ones that we have some photoshopped things that were courteously generous?
Was that Maui who did that?
By Maui.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
Maui.
it was Maui.
That is chapter 8.
Yeah, I remember that was pretty funny, and he's just like, "Hey, Anon, I did this in like 10 minutes here."
Yeah, and I just threw it in. So, of course, game starts with Victoria simping for CJ, as she'll be doing for the next, 80 hours. And it also starts, you see that sword right up front from 30 seconds in. You already know those two are connected. That didn't pay off. That didn't pay off for 2 years. But it did. It got there.
Nothing important about it at all.
Nothing.
The
Sobbing.
long con.
There's so much formatting stuff I want to change about the prologue and the volume 1 in general to match later chapters. That's why I'm not doing the entirety of volume 1. Is that I'm not going to redo the renders for it, but I am going to do a writing pass on it and fix a lot of it.
There might be a couple renders worth touching up if you can.
Like this one. I hate this one. So that is literally the model scaled down. So those are tiny versions of everybody standing in front of pictures. It's the jankiest garbage I've ever done.
Oh, that's terrible.
And this old model for Vic's dad, just ugh.
I don't know. He looks kind of more like an adult in that one.
He looks older in this one. But glasses just fall off for some fucking reason.
That's that pretentious bullshit you like doing.
Just like that, I just gotta put another neon glowing shot of the sword in. Of course. For better or worse, you get a lot of the feeling of OoT in the first minute.
Yeah. It's there's a bit of a front load here.
There is, and a really important part is the tonal juxtaposition that happens. That's very much on purpose. That happens right after this.
Yeah, from here to the
And then
CJ's first shot.
Yeah, CJ's first shot. It used to be Righera, which played there. Now it's something else, but it's like, oh, dramatic scene. Vaporwave, City Pop, right off the bat. Super colorful. And I think this is a Miku Miku dance map. And CJ's blue socks, which I forgot to get rid of for probably 18 months.
Look at little young CJ.
So innocent.
Oh, look, it's his best friend who's totally a boy.
His totally male friend, who in the original version of the prologue didn't show up until the very end.
What?
Yeah.
Could you not have the main character in the entire prologue like that?
Yeah, it was a bold move. It was a bold move, Cotton. We'll see. We'll saw how it worked out for him.
It played out well, apparently.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. I still get people saying like they're just like, "What? Jamie's a girl?" I didn't. I never thought it was that much of a bait and switch, but. And again, establishing those neon colors early on, because, well, if we can say there's anything that defines Out of Touch, it's a complete lack of subtlety.
Subtlety is for cowards.
Subtext is for cowards.
That word is not even in vocabulary around here.
Dramatic Dutch angles here as well.
Get to meet all the girls.
Yeah. Here's Suzuka, who shows up as an extra in the background. A lot of different people. A very explosive cameo in 37.
I forgot about her.
Wait, what? Cameron?
She's Suzuka. No, she's Reiji's wife in the car.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I did this stupid thing where background characters are a rotating cast of the same people. So you'll actually see her in the background of 22 as well. And if you recognize them, it's just supposed to be like, oh, they're a background character, whatever. I can safely ignore them because they'll have a different name every time. Like, who cares? Is it a hack idea? Yes. But it worked. Sort of.
Just to satisfy the lore nerd in me, is this bit
Going
to come up again?
Well, this is foreshadowing for Teresa. It's not about Suzuka specifically, but Teresa can see people's karma and their intentions and their emotions. And so that's why she gets freaked out.
That early.
Yeah. The first scene you ever see her, she's doing it. You just don't know it.
Yeah, I remember playing it and just being like, what the fuck is she seeing?
There's a lot of that.
Clearly, she's on drugs, just like Storyanon.
Just like me. Terrible use of Spotlight. So what were Suzuka's bad intentions here? I just assumed she was in a bad mood or something. Like, it wasn't anything bad, it was just something like childish.
I got the impression that Teresa's just easily overwhelmed, especially at this age.
That's not a bad assumption. Like, it's not that she's running into, like, murderers who want to, kill her or anything, right? Like, that would probably be a little more traumatic.
Yet.
Please look forward to it. Yoshi P.
God bless Yoshi P.
So, even now, when CJ's still, like, in his cute phase, like, before he gets chatified.
Still a hero?
Well, he's still pretty outgoing. He still acts like it. He's just not stupid yet.
I'm just gonna call this show to CJ until we get
Show
there.
to CJ.
I would argue he's still pretty stupid. He's just
He's airheaded, but he's not like
An
dumb.
idiot.
He's
just
not.
very goofy.
He goes to another level.
He goes full pro tag.
He
Yeah.
goes pro. Yeah.
literally transplants his brain cells into his arms for muscles.
So would you say
I thought
this?
it was more for his legs for height.
Maybe.
This is back when I still used the midday color adjustment. Ugh. And like everyone else kind of grow. So they're all like 13, 14 at this stage, and Ashley barely looks any different than she does. Like she grows, her figure grows, and she becomes like adult shaped, but she never actually grows taller, and her hairstyle kind of changes, but not very much. It's all thematic. She's a seed that didn't
always had
sprout.
such expressive eyes.
Her attitude never grows either.
I actually think her hairstyle regressed in 37.
She have her ponytail in 37?
No, she had these two little twin tails.
Oh,
that I
she has her
could
little
easily
twin
mistake
tails.
for my
Yeah.
use.
She has her little twin tail. She gets a big side tail in 38.
Also, I like that you already have, like, it stated at this point that CJ just never remembers his phone.
It's a running gag. It is such a useful plot device. There's so many times in this where it's like, why didn't they just call each other? Because he's an idiot, that's why.
He's a moron.
Because it makes a good story.
Because where's the drama in that?
Because modern cell phones kill plot for anything.
That's right. If everyone had perfect communication, you know what? Honestly, this would turn into Ghostbusters really quickly.
I think the better answer
I
is
see
you don't
no
want to have
issue.
to explain the anxiety people have to not want to call everybody.
CJ, when someone asks if you're God, you say yes.
And hey, he wouldn't even be lying.
In a way.
I like that the teacher just screams at Ashley, too.
She's easily bullyable. Taking inspiration from Seinfeld, a lot of their problems could be solved with a cell phone. I wish I was as good of a writer as Larry David.
Or, just communication in general.
Of course. I mean, what I try to do, I try not to overuse misunderstandings, right? Like the typical shoujo anime thing where it's like, oh, he said he's going on a date. He must have a girlfriend. I'm heartbroken. I'll never love again. That sort of shit.
God bless you.
I try not to do that. Like,
He's a boy.
especially with like Leia's arc, there's a couple of times where like that could have happened, and it very deliberately says no, I'm not doing that.
Like when she's talking about Carpo.
Also, perforation. We're already talking about penetration this early on. Great, very good job. It's thematic. It's like poetry. It rhymes.
Stabbing.
But too bad we don't get porn in this porn game.
Question: what made you decide to start writing OoT? I did Koikatsu, this program, game, really, it's Character Poser, for a long time before I ever made OoT. I just did it for fun. I found it really enjoyable. I actually had experience with Artificial Academy 1, 2, and Honey Select when those were first out. So I just really liked doing this sort of stuff, making characters, making scenes with them. And I would just do it for fun. But with the pandemic, I ended up really going for it. I just had a lot of fun with it. The characters really seemed to come alive. So I made a narrative around them. And it really just started growing from there. Like, the first thing I ended up writing was... I think what it was I made Vic, I made Ashley. Those were the first two. And Kieran came close after. But then I was like, well, how do I put these in like a harem situation, right? And I didn't want to just do the typical harem protagonist where he's like, we can't have sex, that's against the rules, oh my god, you know, that sort of like frustrating trope. So I was like, okay, how do you make this like believable? So I just on the offhand chance thought, what if the protagonist was Chad Thundercock? Like he's just like a 6 foot tall, like blonde, blue-eyed, like chat, like, you know, sports player who could actually get all the girls, and he just acts smart. By act smart, I mean in terms of relationships, not that he's not an idiot.
Intelligent.
Yeah, emotionally intelligent. That's the right way.
Because he doesn't have any other kind.
Yeah. And it kind of grew from there. The first scenes I ended up writing were CJ always gets sent away and comes back as like a chat. That was the very premise, right? He goes away as a Shota, he comes back as like, you know, pretty boy. And the first scene I ever wrote was the first draft of CJ coming back and meeting Vic at the gate. And originally that goes pretty well, and then I thought it was a lot funnier if you really build it up and it then goes to shit. Kind of pull a Ryan Johnson there. Then from there I ended up doing the whole prologue, and the rest is history. Question, are your characters based off people you know, personality or looks, or just wild imaginations? They're kind of, there's certain traits that are amalgamations of people I know, but nobody here is a direct correlation with anybody. Oh yes, and Ashley for some reason had cat ears early on. We almost pulled a My New Family, and it's like, why is she a cat girl? I don't know.
Oh, I thought those were more like fox ears.
No, she was gonna have cat ears. I think it was gonna be a headband, and she like in one scene she just takes it off as a joke. Like, oh, those aren't even real. I don't know why I did it. I'm glad I got rid of them. Leia already getting bullied by her mother. Step tenant. Yeah,
was Leia like always bullied by her mother?
Yes, one of the first. So when I decided that OoT was going to be like a kind of actiony, spirity kind of game, and this was back in the early versions of it, where it was probably a little closer to JoJo's than it is now. That the fight in 37, where it's the party against Crow, like giant Crow, like kaiju Crow, that was one of the first fight scenes I ever planned out. So that was around before I even wrote this. So that had been building up for a long time.
Also, Moon Goddess Tsukiko has a very good question.
Is Leia pronounced Leia or Leah? I say Leia because the people in real life that I knew were named that. That's how I pronounce them. Question, how did you decide who was going to be part of the cast? Who came first and how were unexpectedly added? Who were unexpectedly added? That is a good question. So the first was Vic and Ashley. I think Ashley actually was the first cast member made specifically for Koi. I had originally made Kieran's sisters, Shiori and Haruki, because they were originally my Artificial Academy 1 characters that I made. And then Kieran was their evil sister, or like punk sister. So it was Ashley, Vic, Kieran, and then actually Gloria. You probably don't recognize her, but she's now the main character of Tropicali, and she's the server icon. If you take a look on the left there, she was in the running to be part of the main cast, but it came down to either Gloria or Teresa. And I'm kind of glad I went with Teresa, because Gloria can kind of carry a game as main girl. So I ended up doing that. I believe so. Jamie originally was actually going to be a boy, and because I'm going to explain the joke, so it's not actually funny, but it's the Chad and the Virgin, right? It's that stupid meme. This game's full of stupid memes, so you shouldn't even be surprised that stupid meme made it in. But that's what Jamie and CJ are, and Jamie was originally going to be that. And I thought, wouldn't it be funny if you... Famous last words. Wouldn't it be funny if Jamie was actually a girl and CJ was just too stupid to know it? And I win with that. Should I have? I don't know. But it worked out. But yeah, Sarah and Jamie were probably the last two girls added in. Sarah I knew was going to be in because she was always supposed to be CJ's like stand as soon as I made her. Teresa though was the cutoff. So it very well could have been someone else, but I'm very glad we went with Teresa. We needed a little more moe.
You needed mommy.
We need mommy issues. Is half of your story points just based off the concept? Wouldn't it be funny if X happened? At least early on.
I appreciate the honesty.
I mean, here's the thing. I'm a big believer in execution over premise. If you have a good enough premise, and I say good enough, if you executed on it really well, it's great. You'll win. It'll work. It'll work great. But if you have a good premise and you just don't follow up on it, it doesn't really work out so great. So, like, the premise for OoT, honestly, pretty fucking stupid. Let's be fair. Pretty fucking stupid. Son of Chad Thundercock comes back. Has his Simba scene, Lion King, sees his dad in the clouds, gets magical powers because of it, and comes back. It's a dumb premise. But if you commit 100% to it, you can make stuff work.
Are we doing all of the prologue?
I'm gonna click through the whole thing, yeah.
Okay, good.
Then I'll probably jump to 22. It's more interesting.
Now I kind of wonder if you decided 22 was where it got good because your Jamie joke finally ended.
I finally got rid of it. You don't know how mad that makes some people.
That Jamie is a girl, or that
CJ's like the joke
idiot.
that CJ doesn't get it. That made some people irrationally upset.
That's interesting because I find it friggin' hilarious that CJ's just such an idiot when it comes to almost everything except emotional intelligence.
The response that some people have to stuff like that is...
Why is there a period in this? Oh my god. I need to rewrite some of this.
I will admit that I found CJ's incredible lack of ability to pay attention to anything at all a little annoying at times, but I'm not like one of the people who's like, oh my god, you can't do that.
The one thing I wanted to make sure about it is that it wasn't... I wanted to make it so that it wasn't used as misunderstanding bait. Like, it is played as a joke. Like, straight up. And then when it comes to 22, where it actually, like, starts mattering, it gets dropped like a hot sack of shit. Like, the second that... Like, you get to the end of 21, where there's that misunderstanding, and then from there, it gets dropped really quickly. Like, Mizzy starts talking about... Mizzy in 22 never refers to Jamie as he. Even talking to CJ, she always says it. Like, I think even Kieran says it that way, too. Like, everyone stops pretending for CJ's sake after that.
Yeah.
And he still doesn't pick up.
Well, and the other part was that it's played as a joke, but it's really about Grandpa, right? Like, that's what it's actually about.
Hey, weird stalker girl.
Hey, weird stalker girl that's gonna show up in 2 arcs. I mean, wait, what?
Somebody write that down.
You will see more of Lindsay in... You'll see more of Lindsay in Kieran's asterisk arc.
Is Kieran's arc after Teresa's arc?
Yes. It's going to be Teresa's arc next. Then it is Kieran asterisk's arc. And then it is Ashley's arc. Ashley comes last.
When are we getting Jamie arc 2?
Please look forward to it. When is Poppycock coming back? Sooner than you'd think. When did you decide to include the goddesses? I remember you saying the spirit stuff was a lot less significant at the start. It was when I was first deciding things, but by the time I got to chapter 8, which was not very long, I decided to go full Brent with it. All of the goddesses were always part of that, though, when I think I mentioned it earlier when I said the fighting and the spirit stuff was a lot closer to JoJo's before, in that Sarah is clearly CJ's stand, right? And then each girl was going to get their goddess as their version of Sarah, essentially. But I kind of, when I started writing it out, I just let it develop a little more organically. And I think it's a little more interesting this way, where they all have a different relationship with their goddess, and their powers are different, and how they interact with it is different, including Kieran.
Well, yeah, if they were all stands, then they would all. That's a lot of main characters at that point in time.
That's a lot of people to have on screen, and as people have been hearing me complain working on 38, I'm really sick and tired of having 12 people in a scene. I want to go back to having like 4 for a while. I need a break.
And whose fault is that?
That is my self-destructive fault. They're just too pretty. I gotta have them all in. So is Aguri
He's like a
Leia's
Pokemon
stand
man.
now? No, Aguri is Leia's battery.
Oh.
You'll see it when we get to combat, but basically Aguri lets Leia get up to 3 more MP. So Leia can get up to 6 MP instead of just 3.
Leia is assault and Aguri is battery.
Fuck.
And if you haven't played the prologue in a while, this scene is kind of blacked out. Also, this was the first. I think this was the first shot where I really fucked around with blend shapes and bone modification. You can actually see his fucking jaw move, and he looks like a fucking idiot because of it. Didn't do a great job. You can also see she's already beating people up. It's interesting.
You what?
She's already beating people up. She's a
yeah.
She's a inherently violent person. She and Kieran have some similarities.
Anger management issues, maybe?
Yeah.
Here it comes.
Won't.
Time for pain.
Go away, Kione. Shoo. Oh, why did I do this? I hate this. I'm getting rid of this. I hate these.
The wall periods.
When I go back...
The countdown ellipses?
Like I said, when I go back and do a rewrite, a partial rewrite for Volume 1, I'm taking all of these ellipses, and they're going out back with me behind the barn, and I am shooting them.
Is this just something you did to clean up after the removal of the scene?
Can't show that one.
Because I don't remember that.
Yeah, click through it. Yeah, this is the fixed version after we had our Patreon review.
When did that get removed? Because
that was December 2021.
Huh.
Time to add a pin download or restore the full version. No, I like having money. I'm not changing any of it. Tell them how bad the original was. It was bad. You never saw... You still didn't actually see anything explicit. It was not
off camera.
Yeah, it was not done as pornography scene. It was not something you were supposed to... Basically, it wasn't something you were supposed to jerk to, right? So it doesn't show any body parts. Like, you'll see faces mostly.
It's supposed to evoke pain.
Yeah, it's supposed
pleasure.
to be bad. Yeah. Question: why Koikatsu instead of another program? I understand you've worked with similar programs, but Koi prevents you from properly profiting from selling the game due to legal reasons. Was this ever a consideration? No, it wasn't a consideration because I was an idiot when I started this. This started as a hobby, and it ended up becoming career. That's how it goes. But I'm definitely hoping for OoT to have a proper Steam release. So please look forward to that.
Yeah, as someone who had the fortune to play the old Android version, despite being relatively new, it's something.
It's different. This crazy bitch you're gonna see more of pretty soon.
Please look forward to it.
One of the very few uses of narration in OoT. I don't know if you've actually noticed. I try to not have much narrator voice in OoT.
I will say there's one narration part that I love, which is CJ did something he has never done before. Think.
That was funny.
Oh boy. This is a detail I got a lot better with. So for Koi, unlike Daz and Honey Select, there aren't a lot of really good options for doing real ambient lighting. We basically just get character spotlighting. You can nowadays. There's good mods to do it, but it takes a lot more time to set up than I can do for all our renders. So because of the spotlight, characters cast shadows, and CJ's off to the right here. He's casting a shadow on Jamie's hand, and it's these days this would drive me nuts. I wouldn't let this happen, but 2020 and on, yeah.
You're gonna have to start practicing Blender Fruit too.
I will. That's true. In 10 years, when you begin work on OoT 2, what art model program will you use? We're actually going to start work on OoT 2 before OoT 1's done, so that we can get it out get it out in a reasonable time after OoT 1. At least the programming side of it.
Yeah, the planning is to start having that going, the programming for it, as soon as basically as soon as the application for OoT 1 is mostly complete, like
pretty much.
So it'll probably be like I'll probably have like a good 2 years to design the code architecture and start getting it implemented before anyone even knows what the game's about, even us.
So, but I'm definitely considering a few options. We do have an art studio doing the work for combat. So I should actually hopefully have some cool previews of that pretty soon to show off. And if that works out really well, I'm happy to use them again and go in that style. Otherwise, I am willing to cross-train onto either Blender and Unity and basically do what I'm doing now, but in Unity itself. And if I do that and we get real assets that are licensed or we made ourselves, then we can release on Steam, no problem. But OoT 2 will be very different from OoT 1. Don't expect any high school drama. You mentioned OoT 2. Do you have anything more planned in the world of OoT aside from a sequel? Anything beyond the world of OoT? So OoT 2 would be more like Final Fantasy 2, like how they're thematically
same concept of game, but
same concept,
not the same story,
linked themes. Like you'll see a lot of crossover. Like gameplay mechanics will be the same. You'll see the same purple, green, orange, gold color scheme. There'll still be kind of a nostalgia bait 80s sort of vibe to everything, but it'll be very different. CJ's hand is just really close to the camera.
And what about Tropicali?
Tropicali is in fact in the OoT-verse. It takes place years after OoT, but it has almost nothing to do with OoT. Like you don't have to play OoT to understand what's going on in Tropicali. Although if you do, you'll get some funny references.
Tropicali is just supposed to be a fun side thing for people to enjoy while we're making OoT, because OoT's taking forever.
And it's something for me when I need to write something that isn't, horrific sobbing melodrama.
I didn't know you were capable of doing that.
Yeah, me neither.
The pain.
I capitalize all the sons.
What made you decide to make the volume recaps, not recaps?
Oh, sorry, someone asked a question, but I will get to that. What decides the line between chapters? Theme, a certain amount of story beats, something else? I write each episode. Well, I write each chapter as basically a TV episode. You probably picked up, if not consciously, then unconsciously, that OoT's written like a screenplay, like a TV screenplay, and not quite like a book. That's why there's not a lot of narration in it. It's mostly just dialogue, and then it's visually based for the rest of it. Like a TV show, essentially. And I want to have an intro, a rising action, a kind of climax, and a falling action in each chapter, because I realize this is a serial release. This comes out every month. I'm handing you an episode. I don't want to hand you parts of a game. I want to hand you distinct chunks that you can enjoy and digest before waiting for next month. So each chapter is like an episode, and then each arc, so about every 7 chapters is an arc. So that is its own self-contained storyline, like all of Leia's arc, all of Victoria's arc. You didn't really know it, but it was Jamie's arc from 16 to 22. Those are a self-contained story, which helps with the long development cycle, because even though OoT's gonna take, even if I'm releasing a chapter monthly for the next 5 years, it's gonna take 5 years to get to chapter 100. But you're really watching a series of stories involving the same characters in the same world, and with character growth that builds on top of each other, rather than one completely singular narrative that has to be kept completely straight for 5-6 years. It just makes it easier to digest. It's better on my brain, and it helps me, because I really like getting into these stories and getting to the climaxes, getting to the payoffs. And if I had to wait another 4 years before we got to the actual climax of the story, I wouldn't want to make it, and you wouldn't want to read it. So that's kind of a roundabout way of answering that one. Do you ever get moments where you want to just make everything okay for your characters right away, but no, you can't because plot? Yes. Basically, starting with chapter 38, that's the actual concept of the relationships between the characters, that as I imagined them in the beginning. So having not everyone involved in H scenes or being romantically involved, that was kind of difficult, and it took a lot of willpower to commit to that for this long. I mean, years, right? I hate this FOV. Oh my god, I'm never doing that again. But we're getting to that point where everyone is pretty close, and I finally get to do all the fun group activities, cough cough, that I've been looking forward to doing.
Origin?
You mean the ones you've had scenes made for the whole time that the game's been out and haven't been able to use?
Yeah. Hey, look!
Baby Sarah!
Hey, look, second best girl.
Hey, it's my Tulpa.
And like third best.
I'll go with second best.
Mods, ban him! Ban him! No, it's fine. Sister! Oh no, we get that tag. Except we don't.
Except you do.
I definitely
What made
got
you
baited
decide
there.
to make volume recaps, not recaps? I really felt like shitposting. And I just did it. And it just became tradition.
Was it just all for the shit post at that point?
It was a Steam valve, and I released.
As if you didn't include enough memes already.
Honestly,
If you look at it, the actual meme density of OoT is not very high. It's front-loaded, and it's extreme. But it dials down. And I'll explain why when we get there. I'll explain why when we get there.
they stand out when you see them, but there's not many. But I think in regards to the recaps being not recaps, that's probably for the best. If there's something I gotta say about other serial releases like TV shows and anime, recap episodes are terrible. They're just so not fun. So turning it into a joke, I think that actually like unironically fits the theme of this game, is that you're memeing also on the concept of a recap episode.
I have a question actually about this koi scene.
Yes.
Where did you actually get that house design? Because I've never seen
This
it
is
in
one of
koi
the.
games.
This is an old scene from JP Koi, where this guy made this map out of a ton of just shapes. So he made all this from scratch, essentially.
Jesus.
And back in the day, remember, Koi now looks a lot better than Koi did in 2019. But this was very impressive for that time. This was very impressive for that time. Which makes it funny when, most Koi games can't even get to this level of quality, when I wouldn't consider this acceptable quality these days.
It is honestly one of the best made koi games, though. You can see the amount of love and effort put into it.
It's mid.
You don't have to suck his dick that much.
He's a good patron.
This server has 2 speeds: sucking it on stick and ruthlessly ripping into him.
The one time you
Why
see
not both?
CJ in a real suit. Also, the first time and only time for a long time you ever see Audrey. She was there.
Yeah.
This is such a pretentious shot. Oh my god. Everyone else disappears.
Pretentious hell.
Oh. What did I do?
Still cute.
Question: why the Chad meme is CJ's dad? Will we see him again as an actual character, or is the meme his true form? Why the Chad meme? It's kind of what I was talking about before, where the original stupid pitch was the son of Chad Thundercock goes to high school and gets his own harem. And then the joke is that it's because he does everything right instead of like being an idiot and falling into it, like, typical MC protagonist. And will we see him again? You will definitely see him again. Yeah, you will see him again. This is a pretentious shot too. It's like they're on 2 separate sides of a corner. That is literally just a black line that I put there. Will OoT have a happy ending? Yeah.
Please look forward to it.
Yeah, please.
Yeah,
look
she
forward to it.
be.
That's such a...
Okay, I almost clicked the low tier god GIF sticker, which is not my intent. I did get Yoshi P.
That would have been funnier.
The true question is, will I do a title drop at some point? Will someone actually say "out of touch"?
Are we gonna get the?
It'll be the
song's
last
gonna
line.
start
It'll be the
playing.
last
100%
the
believe
last
you will.
line of the game,
I guess we were out of touch.
or we'll never be out of touch ever again. Something like that.
My favorite part of the end is when CJ says, "It's time to be out of touch."
And now
It's
the
more
touch is
than
a
time.
Start
thing.
touching all over the place.
How do you usually decide the chapter's name? It's usually a song that I was listening to while writing it.
So what song was Fall?
Katy Perry.
I think that guy cut down to something else.
Free
actually remember.
falling.
Paul was just hack
Oh,
writing.
this is the-
It is hack writing, that's true.
So another question: was Sarah always designed with the idea of her just being basically a clone of CJ, but not at the same time?
They were always supposed to be very similar, right? Like, so the thing with Sarah is that if you look at her, if you just describe her physical characteristics, you're going to describe a gyaru. And gyaru is the Japanese term for gal, gyaru, gal. And that's short for California gal. Blonde hair, tanned, beach, beach going, outgoing personality, that sort of thing. But the thing is that Sarah's an actual California girl, sort of. Not, you know, a pretend one.
In the sense that she lived as a human there for 4 years.
The worst scene in the prologue.
Dunk, please don't make me do it.
I still have the Skyrim sound effect in this. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm surprised this is still here. I figured you would have replaced this by now.
Probably.
Same.
Although I love the new song. I almost got Gianni Matriagano to voice all this. Boys, this is I want you to appreciate that this is like, this picture represents a turning point in my life where I decided to put this crap up and ask for money, and my entire life has diverged in a totally different direction because of it.
Can't all make good decisions.
We all fuck up sometimes.
How do you feel about your entire life being decided by Chad Thundercock?
It keeps me up at night sometimes. So the voice I always assume for this, I don't know if any of you have played Dota 2, Chad sounds like Zeus to me. Ah, it speaks! You know, it's not like that, right? It's all bold. Ah, look, the one good joke ahead so far. What was the word? Ah, yes. A pussy. That one holds up.
I remember when we played this with Dan for the first time, and he about died.
Yeah, he died. Yeah, I remember. I was there. I still remember. Like, he was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, this game," and then he got to the Vic scene or the Vic CJ scene, and he like went completely dead silent. Then he got to this, and he had basically a meltdown.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was a trip that day.
So this
that was 2 days. It was 2 days.
That was 2 days. So this scene also does serve a big purpose, right? Is that I want this to be the dumbest scene in the game. I want this to be the dumbest scene up front and stupid, because if you can accept this, anything I do after will be much easier to swallow. Phrasing. I'll never deliberately do something as completely silly as this, because this is the bar, and if you can make it past this, you should be able to digest whatever level of silly comes after.
I will admit it took me a while. I literally closed the game and walked away for like a week.
I understand. I don't blame you. If you get to this and you're like, nope, not for me, I completely understand.
See, here's the thing where it's tough.
And the full name drop, finally.
This motivated me to keep going. I fucking love this shit.
Yeah, same.
This is the reason I kept going, honestly, because it was just so goddamn absurd.
This is why I have sub 200 patrons.
I had no fucking clue what any of this meant. I had never seen the meme before. I was so confused.
Honestly, it's the same for me. I had no clue. I had to look it up, and then I was like, what the fuck is this shit?
I just got hooked by the music.
This is what happens when somebody takes way too many drugs.
I was entirely sober making this.
That's terrifying.
Really?
Yeah. Psych.
It's terrifying.
And there's the soundbite we'll hear a lot.
Lance. This is some of the only Photoshop you actually see in the prologue. Well, this whole scene.
Greatest piece of music in the entire game.
So, fun fact. I'm hoping I can fit it.
Remove some stuff.
I'm hoping I can fit it into the next update, but there might be a new scene in this part. Next update. So please look forward to that.
That's
Specifically, right between here and here. Yeah, please look forward to it.
Hey, yeah, there was this little blink here. I forgot about that.
You know?
Yeah,
Of CJ thinking he's
on the comment
insane.
to the music though, we had to remove a lot of music, and there were definitely some songs that were much better that we had to get rid of.
You also notice even after just that, he wears his stupid Hawaiian shirt. The transformation's
don't
already
hate on
begun.
Hawaiian shirts.
It's already begun.
Hey, Hawaiian shirts are.
Look at the resolution. God, that's like 280p. Fuck that shirt. It's like
I
garbage.
do not want.
I mean, that's probably what the resolution of a real Hawaiian shirt is.
This is a stupid scene. This isn't. This is one scene. There is just a block there with some sand. They are in the same picture together. This is just forced perspective. There was no reason I had to do that. It added so much work. How are time zones working during this call? Look, CJ's not thinking about it. You shouldn't think about it. They're, what, Japan
wasn't thinking about
Japan's
it.
like, what, 17 hours ahead, I think?
14.
14 hours ahead. So if he calls at, like, noon,
morning?
it'll be like
I was
3
gonna say, he
o'clock or
just-
something. 2 o'clock.
Story-wise, he just woke up, so it
Yeah.
makes sense that it's fine.
Yeah,
if
you
he
can
got
see
up
the
early
sunset
Yeah, it would
on
be
her
the
side of
evening
things.
right now.
Yeah,
He's a teenage Chad. Of course, he's waking up at 2.
of course. Wow, he's just like me.
For real.
I mean, I'm a teenage
Literally
Chad,
me.
because I wake up at 2.
I wake up at 3 a.m. most of the time.
Oh
these days.
dear.
That's when I go to bed.
We know, Snow.
Oh yeah.
These days, I go to bed about midnight or 1 o'clock, and then I wind up waking up at like 3:30 without being able to stop.
And then she conveniently kills her phone so that this conversation stops and there's still a story to be told. Also, that Japanese is backwards.
Yeah, it is.
Is anyone that doesn't speak Japanese gonna notice?
Can you uninstall your own game?
Can I uninstall my own game?
Uninstall your own game.
I'd pay. This used to be the montage song from Team America, but I did find a pretty good
Placement.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was another one of the bangers we had here.
The first indication you have that Sarah might be good at punching people, kicking people. Random characters I had from way back in the day. What would be a good reason to explain no social media talk between CJ and his friends in Japan? Fiat. I think I don't know.
Plot device.
I think he kept a little in contact, but not very much. Came together like peanut butter and chocolate, embarrassingly sweet and kind of juvenile, yet delectable. Hey, look, that was a good one. This map doesn't make any. This calendar doesn't make any sense. Don't even think about it. The rare mid-age Sarah, you see her in like 1 or 2 scenes. You never see her again.
Beautiful.
You see these two. They become maids for Grandpa and don't have a happy ending.
Yeah.
F.
Teacher
and Shack
Sarah.
Boys.
Is that
Yay.
Teacher Sarah? Yeah.
Sarah Sensei.
It's the teacher outfit used by almost every koi game.
The
Sure.
calendar.
It is
Oh.
the default. It's the default teacher
His
outfit.
colors.
Its colors are there.
There's the colors.
It's like, and then it's like, oh, she must be romanceable. Look at how big her hips got.
Look how fat her ass is.
I need that outfit for the gym.
Yeah.
Dab.
The dab.
Yeah.
Just think of, does Sarah's head get a bit bigger there?
Yeah.
And we have that as a
she,
gift.
I think she raises her head slightly.
I think we have
Actually,
it
I
as
like
an
I like that Sarah has stars in her eyes for the dab.
Yeah.
Same.
I mean, she's
Throwing chalk.
Why does the calendar keep changing?
Because it's
Not
been
for-
years. It's been 5 long years.
You
have to get a new calendar every
Who is
year.
paying loyalty with calendars?
Have you ever bought a pack of markers? You don't know. You don't get 5 of the same color. You get a different color.
Also,
every marker.
it doesn't match. This one doesn't match this one.
Yeah, that was another thing Maui picked up, wasn't it? That still hasn't been fixed.
Oh fuck! You're gonna leave, huh? All by yourself. That stupid blue glass. I hate it. The blue glass, the tiny beer bottles.
Why are the beer
Fuck this
bottles
scene.
so small?
Fuck it! Is there a part of the story so far, chapter 37, that you're unhappy with, that you wish you could change? Story-wise? I think I could, if I could very easily restructure some stuff, I would definitely restructure Volume 1, which is Chapter 1 through Chapter 15. I'm not sure I would change a lot, but I could probably execute on it better. Also, you don't see him. He's not there. Really makes you think.
I'm guessing that was on purpose.
Please look forward to it.
Damn, look at the pull power you have now.
He's doing a straight up Jotaro pose in this one.
I have that bandana and it makes me feel strong.
Buckshot.
Also, his phone was blue and it turns red. I'm sorry.
Different case.
Continuity alert.
He changed the case at the later airport.
Must be.
You
Also,
can tell people you're colorblind.
I will say, I did make sure that the two planes are flying in different directions, I think. And if I didn't, I apologize. When he first flies to America, it flies in one direction, and then on the other one, it flies the other. I hope so. If I didn't do that.
No one's gonna know the difference. Airports don't face the right direction anyway.
I love the Bogdanov phone buzz. I wish it was louder.
Why did you choose such an aggressive vibration?
That's
I
what she
make
said.
It louder if you want.
We
Please
should.
don't.
Yeah, I could just like make it a special exception for that one where it just multiplies the volume by 2 or something.
So you'll probably notice in the prologue that there's actually some text written on the screen sometimes. That's because OoT was originally a comic, and it only became a VN at chapter 9. So I had to actually go back and change a lot of things. So some of these renders are from the comic.
You're starting from the very beginning.
Yeah, I'm doing the prologue, then I'll probably jump to 22 or wherever you guys feel like. So yes, we see Teresa. She's she looks how you'd expect, honestly. See this pretty boy, and he's a douche. Vic, clearly a late bloomer, because she went from 14 to 19.
Her legs are one piece.
They are thick.
The One Piece is real.
We get much higher.
And the reason this guy talks about stuffed otters, I got a stuffed otter in an aquarium, and I love it.
Oh.
Was it the Seattle Aquarium?
It was.
That's a good aquarium.
I wish I could make that one louder, too.
Does that black behind him make him a bad person? Is that what they're seeing?
Probably doesn't have the best of intentions. He's probably he's probably a teenage boy trying to get laid.
Or
he's the first character in a
Don't hit me
hentai
again.
doujin that introduces the girl into a gangbang.
It's like we
It's an important role.
To no one's surprise, Vic's a bitch. Who saw that coming?
Bad bitch.
Mommy.
Isn't that kind of wall slam supposed to be something that's like flirting?
That's different. That's when you corner him. That's when you corner him.
Yeah, that's the why Weinstein flirted. You don't want that.
Which song from the original soundtrack do you miss the most? Probably Highlander the One. I really like it. Now, people really enjoy CJ's theme, so I don't miss it too bad. But it could be worse.
I miss having Say So.
Yeah, he
Japanese.
does. Like, this is crap that I would get rid of.
Song.
See, after school, and then it shows this. You don't need this. This doesn't need to be here. You know it's after school because it turned from blue skies, to orange. Like, stuff like that. That's crap I hate. I want to get rid of.
Storyanon was an idiot.
Yeah, Storynon's a hack.
Nothing changed.
Every time she touches her little hair ornament, that's her thinking of CJ. And this is me rubbing that in your face so you know it exactly.
I get it now.
Oh, it's so easy. It's that yellow dog he's talking about feet. Oh, I did put a Doge reference at this. Fucking
Is
shoot
that
me.
Doge or Cheem?
You did.
No, that's
That was
Doge.
great.
That was Doge.
Yeah, it's Doge because
Monkey.
Cheem
I like
speaks in dumb ways.
Is there story reason for Vic's colored glasses decision or just fashion? Well, Vic's colors are blue and purple and white. And that's purple and white. And then she gets purple glasses. Vic's glasses are a storytelling element. They show the barrier she puts up between her and other people. And when things get very dramatic and she shows her emotions, her glasses fall off. That's happened several times, and I keep doing it because I'm, as we have established, a hack.
That does sound very anime-y.
Finally, we get Leia.
And she's my best girl.
Leia, you slut.
Oh yeah, there's still art I gotta make.
Yeah.
There's so many things planned for this game once I get better with art.
Same.
Like,
Imagine being able to art.
it's a pain in the ass, but it's worth it.
Look at this cafe you never see ever again. I guess this is supposed to be.
Alejandro?
I guess this is supposed to be Allie's cafe, but it's a different map.
You do see it again, right? When they're talking. Vic's mom's talking to I forget who. I don't want to spoil anything.
Oh, I'm assuming this is a spoiler stream, so it's okay.
When she touches her on the head and just kind of turns her off.
No, that's a different map.
That's a different cafe. Huh?
Yes. This one has no background. That is just what the sky looks like. You can see there is no wall.
Yeah, the void.
Yep.
That's,
And this is that Honey Select park that everyone fucking uses, including me.
It is a very universal park.
And this was before there was an easy way of turning off cast shadows. Anon 11 made that plugin where you do Control M on a group or like a folder and it'll turn off the shadow casting for everything. So in this scene, I just couldn't do it. So I just had to get clever with it. And I hate it. It's one of my favorite plugins.
It looks like good shadowing here.
Is Leah almost floating?
She probably is floating.
Did you wait? I forgot. Did you use it as a map item or just the map itself?
I'm not sure. This is a 2020 render. This was a long time ago.
Because I know they have two versions of this map.
Yeah. These days,
Hearing you say that 2020 was a long time ago upsets me.
That's 15 years ago.
You're old.
The Yellow Room.
The last
2020 was a
years have
very
been
long year.
Yeah, it was.
So was the two subsequent years. It's been a long time.
Yeah, this render holds up. Leia always holds up.
Leia's always
She do.
good looking up close.
3 p.m. And then you finally see time skip Jamie. It's like, oh yeah, Jamie's in this game. What is your favorite part of the story so far? Favorite part? Like in terms of what I personally enjoy or like in what I think is highest quality? So that's probably two different answers.
Alex?
Most enjoyable part, definitely Volume 2 recap.
Is it the hat meme?
Definitely.
I would say my personal Okay, so what I think is best is I think Leia's arc is way, like, quality-wise, that's what I think should be the standard, at least from now on. So I think Leia's arc is, from an art perspective, from a storytelling perspective, from a pacing perspective, should be the standard for now. I really like how Leia's arc has turned out, especially how it climaxed, phrasing. From a personal standpoint, I actually like 29, because I think 29 was an emotional journey for me to write, and it helped me think about and overcome some things while doing it, and hopefully part of that made it into the writing itself.
Been prompted to answer the same question on both parts.
I think
I'm going to start with the one I think is probably the easier answer. The thing I think that is just the best in terms of quality. And keep in mind, I'm a few chapters behind everybody else, so I want to say it's the part where Kieran starts finding out more about how she turned out the way she is. Those, like, the revelations she gets as a character, just kind of they punch really hard. You can feel those hits, and I really like that. As far as like a favorite, like the most enjoyable part,
best part of the prologue.
Honestly, I'm probably just gonna say it's Crow getting punched in the face by Sarah. It's still my wallpaper on my computer.
Remember when Sarah was a serious character? I do.
She was?
It still is.
Here comes the Hall & Oates.
Yeah, I just straight up put the lyrics to Out of Touch in it.
Whoa, wait. Was this always here?
This was always here.
I do not remember.
Oh, this is the great part.
don't
So this
either.
is from the original launch. This is from 2021. There are scenes from chapter 29 in this that would come out over a year later.
To make this continue to work properly when we put it on Unity, this was one of the most time-consuming things I did in the first set of code creation.
This is amazing. I wish I
Maybe
had
just
known
have
this
fans.
sooner.
I like how you drop Kieran in there when you have no idea who she is.
Yeah.
You'll see her.
Literally
She'll be
hasn't
there.
shown up once.
Yeah, she'll be there.
Yeah. Literally
isn't that-
not even in the prologue.
I mean, isn't it typical of all anime? They just show a random ass character.
29.
you haven't
That's
met yet.
29. There, so you saw it. It's fine.
Isn't the lighting different in the 29 scene?
There's
It
lots
ended
of
up quite.
VNs
It
that
ended up
introduce
quite
other
different. but-
characters.
Just rip of Out of Touch lyrics.
This took roughly 2 months.
I fucking love it.
So are you gonna ever update that title card at the end with the characters?
No, I don't have the original. I had a video editor do it, so I don't have the Premiere file. All right, so that's an hour and 15 right there. We are definitely going to continue. I'm going to go take a bathroom break. Feel free to take one yourselves. And then we'll jump to probably 22 if you guys feel like it.
No, I'll just shit right here.
Yeah, the button.
As usual.
I'll just shoot my pants. Thank
Blame
you
it on
very
George.
All right, I will be right back.
I also will.
So how's everyone doing?
Can't believe you missed that.
I currently have
okay, to be
possibly
fair-
COVID, so I'm sick.
You have to remember, as I said earlier, I played the first 15 chapters on the old Android build. I don't think it was in there.
I played it while at home back in the States for a month. and
I
it was
played
just
the first
delirious.
15 chapters in one day at work. That
Same.
was interesting.
I read the manga.
Damn.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm clearly superior.
Yeah, I
Okay,
mean, your
boomer.
name is in the fucking credits, Tickle.
Yeah, what a fucking Chad.
Absolute Chad right there.
I played this shit 5 times. I kind of.
Is
If
this
there's something I missed, then I've made some mistakes.
I've
is
played
this
it
how you
once.
wanted to be famous? Tickle, is this how you wanted it to happen?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
If I could take it back, I would. All of it.
Just delete yourself from this existence?
Believe me,
To a
I've
little
tried.
far.
Oh,
Oh,
Tickle.
Oh, no, I meant like online, not like. Oh, this is getting bad.
oof.
Oh, don't interview me.
All right. Well,
Edit
someone
out,
send the
edit
mental
out.
health people to Tickle's house.
I assume he paused the recording. Hopefully.
I'd hope so. He's probably gonna cut out the bathroom
this-
breaks, anyways.
This is recording?
yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
he's
shit.
recording this.
This is
put
going on YouTube
Oh.
as
Yeah,
like
quick,
a little
say something-
dev
Do
thing.
something really racist, quick.
Oh, this is definitely getting left in. I can't
Everyone's
see why
It's a lot
anybody would
less
remember
stressful
woman.
than the first time I was on YouTube because that was like a stream with a few thousand people.
Yikes.
Was
Yeah.
Chris Hansen there?
Nah, it was I was a patron in a playtest for a Halo mod.
All right, everyone, spam "Come here, woman."
Okay.
Oh god.
Best sticker.
The
I
best
returned.
sticker.
If you're in chat, you must. It is law. Get banned if you don't.
Back. Oh, I see.
No. Snow will ban
I
you.
see.
if you
I
don't
see.
put
Tickle
it-
has taken over chat.
Nothing like it.
The best part is I think he hates that sticker.
It's not even a quote attributed to me.
Did you pause recording? No, I'm gonna just start up right now.
Gonna-
You might want to edit out all the anti-Semitic stuff.
Yeah.
It's been post.
I did not realize we were recording. I'm sorry.
I broke out Mein Kampf. I'm so sorry.
Oh no!
Just start reading it in
All right.
German.
So here's 22. We'll start here. So the reason I'm jumping into 22 is 22 is about the time when I wasn't quite full time on this yet because I still had another job, but I was starting to do work on OoT for probably 5 to 7 hours a day. Like I was already doing a lot of Koi prior to this, but this is when OoT really started taking a priority.
You were already winding down the real life job, though, right? You
No,
People
by this
time.
point, no. This was.
That happened like Christmas last year or 2021, right?
Yeah, this was. I was working on 22 from like May to July of 21. That's why it's the longest one in the game. Was that I made 22 while Snow was remaking OoT from Ren'Py into Unity so that we could do combat stuff the way we wanted. And during
Yeah,
that time, I didn't stop writing. I didn't stop making renders. So I just made 22 and I just kept fucking going. And it ended up being a enormous release. In fact, 22 and 23 came out at the same time. So that was one
yeah,
release.
That's right. That
yeah.
did happen.
Yeah.
I forgot because the Unity rework took us 3 months to get the VN working and another like month and a half for combat.
Yeah.
That was a long time.
So that was the biggest release on in terms of
How is
playtime,
the combat
renders,
stuff coming
everything?
along? So combat is we are waiting on some assets. Is really where we are.
Like
the,
yeah.
Sarah
implement-
stuff.
Yeah, you've seen a little bit. Here, I'll just post
Yeah.
it. So basically,
the-
for combat, we've tried several solutions for combat, and we had some good ones, but some of them were out of our reach, or we thought we found the right person for it, and it just never ended up working right. And I found that I can do stuff in Blender and I can animate, but I can't do everything for writing. I can't do all the renders. I can't do all the animations and the combat stuff and the Blender stuff and all that. I don't have enough hours in a day to do that. So it was either going to be we find a new solution or it starts impacting the release schedule, which I don't think anyone would be happy with. So what I ended up doing was I talked to some other devs who have more gameplay in their games, and I got their recommendations of like which artists they used, who they commissioned from. And so we decided, since we have Unity, we can do some really, really cool higher resolution sprite work stuff in Unity. And I recently got this back as just a first test for Sarah. And I think it looks really good. This is 128 by 128 pixels.
Such good
Yeah.
sprite.
So this is like PS1 kind of resolution, like Symphony of the Night, maybe a little better. So, and this is just her stupid little idle animation, but I'm gonna have her attack animation, spellcast, and stuff in probably a couple weeks.
For anybody wondering what it's going to look like in terms of how that's going to get implemented in Unity, for anybody who's played a tactical RPG like Final Fantasy Tactics, that's kind of the
it won't be isometric, but
well, yeah, but it'll be like that, where it has that 2D thing that if the camera moves, it'll move with it, so that it looks like it's still facing you and it doesn't look like it's some weird flat thing in space.
Wonder how that's going to work on a 4K screen. Pretty easily, because you want it to look a little pixelated, right? So it's going to scale to the window just fine. It's not going to be anything too weird. So the nice thing here is that we're thankfully doing pretty dang good these days. So I have a bit of a budget to work with, and I've never been afraid of reinvesting patron money back into the game. Like, the soundtrack for OoT cost me probably about $3,000 so far, and I was happy to pay that because I just wanted to be, worth something. I wanted quality. And so, as far as combat goes, this is a solution where I managed to find a very reliable, very talented art studio, and all I have to do is just pay them. It's like, okay, sure. And once we have it, we have the assets, we can use them in future fights. It's a good investment. It makes the whole game better, and we have the next 5 years of development to make something awesome with it. So I'm feeling really good about this one so far.
I really like it too. I was concerned after the idea of trying to use 3D models fell through.
Yeah.
And I know you were trying to make some 2D assets yourself at one point, but it just ended up being a chore also.
It's really something where I think delegating this out was a good idea. And so far I'm not regretting it at all. It makes my life a lot easier.
So I have a question actually. Since the rest of the game is very much in the style of a visual novel, it's a linear structure, it's not particularly a sandbox or anything like that. What made you decide to put in an actual combat mini games into it that are such a feel?
Because I think using gameplay, you can actually support the narrative more strongly than just using visuals alone. Because there's like rules to how CJ's powers work and how his powers interact with other girls. And I can tell you how that is, or I can make those rules into the game itself. And you inherently understand, like, oh, Leia's power is that she gets twice the amount of MP allocation as everyone else, which allows her to do bigger spells, which is how she, yeets Carpo at the end of 37. Like, you would inherently understand, oh, that's what she's doing, right? It wouldn't be like how gameplay is usually a little representative. It's kind of an interpretation of real events. I can actually I can give you a deeper understanding of how the world works in OoT through that. Plus, I think it adds a little more player agency to it that I would actually like. People really like player agency in these sort of games, and I would rather, instead of giving you like fake choices that don't really make a difference, I would rather give you like fun tasks that are thematically appropriate, that don't feel like you're spinning your wheels.
Yeah, I'd like to double down on that too, because the presence of combat is pretty much what drew me into wanting to work on the game in the first place. And I've played a lot of adult games that have gameplay stuff, and it always makes it better. Even in the worst cases. Like, I've played some really bad ones, but having something to do makes it more engaging. You feel more motive to continue with it than just being fed a story script. And that it results in more fun, honestly.
Okay.
I know I've asked you this before, Anon, but I can't remember your answer.
Mm-hmm.
What color are Kieran's eyes?
Kieran, the fun fact. So again, I'm assuming everyone's played this. Her eyes are the colors of her sister's eyes put together, which are the color of Kay's eyes put together. So it's kind of a cyan, aquamarine, green, blue.
But don't they turn green sometimes?
They turn green when Crow's power isn't in her. Because she would have had green eyes. Actually, you see that in Misaki. Misaki has green eyes.
Y'all have fun. It's dinner time. I'm out.
See you early. Thanks for joining. Question: how did Anon and Snow meet? Joint collab started when? We basically met in Than's stream, right?
Yeah, when Than streamed this for the first time, we were actually over in the Lil server. And back then, we had this we started this tradition of streaming random VNs just to kind of sample them, and Than was the spearhead on that. And I got pinged in because I had done lots of other game streaming with Than, and he's just like, oh, the developer of this game is in this server. Let me ping him here too. And we went through it for a day, and I'm like, this is kind of cool. And then on day 2, Anon drops a mock-up preview of what the combat UI is supposed to look like, and then deletes it 5 seconds later. And I'm just like, what the fuck was that? And I'm pretty sure I'm the only person that actually saw it because everybody else was paying attention strictly to the stream. And then I found out a couple days later that Odds, who was working with Anon on it at the time, was having trouble getting the combat to work correctly. And I offered help. Yeah, I offered to help. Originally, it was just trying to help him untangle some mess. And then after probably like 6 or something hours of Odds and I talking about it, we're just like, this is not going to work in Ren'Py. And
yeah, it was not scalable. So for a lot of reasons, it wasn't scalable with Ren'Py. I mean, just for the code part of it, each encounter would have to be its own giant mess that would take so much time and effort. Like we were really pushing it with just Sarah and CJ fighting Crow, and that was pushing Ren'Py to its absolute limits.
And it was still glitchy.
And it was still really glitchy.
I was testing it at the time that they were working on it, and even after Odds was like, I fixed this, this, and this, I'm like, hey, I broke some more stuff the same day. And
yeah, Odds almost had a meltdown. That was really hard for him.
Yeah, which is probably why he gave up working on everything.
That's why he decided to get a real job. The first chapter, you get to see Matoi with her cinnamon roll buns.
Yeah.
Why did you choose that hairstyle for Matoi?
Because I really like Formidable from Azerlane.
You know what? That is completely understandable.
The Wendigo sounds. Oh, I love it.
Oh, that's creepy.
I remember when I had to add these. Anon handed me all these sound files. He was like, I'm going to need these in the next chapter. Please bundle them. I'm like, what the fuck are these for? I'm like, what is going on?
And the half-souls in combat will be making these noises.
Oh, joy.
You know? They also might do the thriller dance.
Will there be a hidden side story boss that leads them in the thriller dance?
Maybe. It's not a terrible idea. Ah, finally. My favorite bitch. Just an absolute cunt, and I love her.
She looks like she's drunk.
Where is that meme that I use that you made?
Thank you. Matoi freaks out because Matoi's never heard her. Kieran doesn't even think about it because this is how Kieran's always putting up with them.
I feel like you put more effort into Crow rolling her eyes than anybody else.
I love her facial expressions to it. And now, like, this is what I was talking about before, where I was saying, like, 38 onwards is, like, how the story was originally in my head, and we've just been leading up to it. Like, Crow was always meant to be a party member, and now she finally is. And finally, I get to do these scenes all the time.
It took a while to get there, but she's here.
You know?
Wally.
Hell yeah, hi.
Hello.
Sorry,
In the
missed
chat is my
beginning.
favorite meme from Anon.
I didn't plan ahead.
Question, is Crow your favorite character to write? If not, who is?
Well, it has to be.
She's definitely up there. Kieran's also up there. Sarah, Kieran, and Crow are my girls.
How do you pronounce her full name?
Crow Yarag?
Thank you.
Yeah. You see the shit I have to put up with? God, I love it.
This game sucks.
I'll be honest, this is the first time I
Oh,
actually
base?
So
understood
true.
the pronunciation of a lot of
So
girls'
true.
names on stream.
2 years and still no porn.
So
God.
true.
So true.
It's Kaz, shit.
It's Kaz,
Can't
he
believe
made it.
Yeah, I just got off work.
How you doing, little brother?
They can't
I am
fucking hear
fine.
each other. I'll say, you ever have to ask a writer what jokes he'll actually laugh at that he wrote? I'll laugh at this one.
That's actually a pretty good one.
It's fucking stupid. I spelled demon like 40k because I'm a hack.
Demon.
Fucking
Amen.
nerd.
Yeah, you fucking nerd.
So, is Crow now out of Kieran's mind and in CJ's instead?
Yes,
Because of
She's everywhere, man. She's in my walls.
in my wall.
She's
In my ass right now.
She's pegging me as we speak.
Get out of my head. Get out of my head.
Speaking of no porn, will there ever be a safer work version? No, I probably won't make one. I probably could really easily.
Yeah. Fade to
It wouldn't
black.
be that hard, but I mean, it wouldn't even be that hard to make it like a toggle where just like you could turn it off in the menu. But
Yeah.
I don't think it's appropriate. I think you lose
Like,
too much by losing.
well, and
the-
what's the point, right? Like, I can't
But-
put. It's not like I can put this on Steam anyway.
Don't you
Yeah.
also do sex position?
I do.
Yeah,
So
like
we
the
missed out on
carpo in
some
the
stuff.
onsen is
Not yet.
missing. That would be tough.
Yeah.
You're at work, you miss it. Deal with it.
No.
Don't play the
Why
game.
do they have such morals for work?
Is Crow your favorite to just make dumbass faces for?
Bro's the main character, buddy.
She
Yeah.
has some
You're not
very
wrong.
expressive eyes.
She's very expressive.
So here's the thing, right? When you're making expressions with the eyes, your emotions are told by the whites of your eyes more than the irises. And Crow has teeny tiny little pupils and irises. So she can make some very expressive face movements.
She could actually look up instead of just the iris filling the entire thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the irises for my characters are pretty small compared to most koi characters.
Yeah.
Or
A
to
lot of koi
anime.
characters have
Anime
just
in general.
huge fucking
Yeah.
irises.
Well,
And
it
mine
depends.
mine are circular as well instead of ovular.
Uvular? Yeah, it's crazy.
Uvular? Bular?
Isn't that what's inside a female?
BRB boys.
I don't know. I don't know females. I don't think they exist.
Come here.
Oh,
Ryan.
it's a girl house.
Good reference.
Question. Following from the previous question, which is your least favorite to write or the hardest? This is the thing, right? Like, because OOT's so visual, if I don't want to write something, I kind of don't. Like, I'll just show you instead of write it, which it's really convenient for me because honestly, I'm more of a cameraman. I don't think anyone's too bad. I think getting in the mind of the really moe characters is a little more difficult for me. But I won't say they're my least favorite. I wouldn't go that far.
I was gonna say Teresa since you don't know Spanish.
I have some very generous help with that.
You do, definitely do. But you can never confirm 100% if they're not making shit up. You know what I mean?
Lukia's just been
Wh-
putting
what if-
coded
yeah.
messages in the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, please help me, God. Oh fuck.
They're just a bunch of political advertisements.
Yeah, exactly. Like propaganda.
I've been checking it with my Google Translate app every time.
Nice.
Night, Lukia.
More meat for the whole.
the
Damn,
Spanish?
that was a good one.
See, the thing that's been
Feel
confused
like
me the most is like I don't know the type of Spanish that like Anon uses in his game. So a lot of things
Puerto
like
Rican.
don't hit.
Flesh puppet of mine. Oh,
I like to pretend that CJ also doesn't know Spanish, so I don't bother to translate.
I think
He
you can
lived in-
tell. I
he
think you
lived
can
in
tell.
California.
I think you can tell I'm using a circular shadow there instead of a subtraction shadow because you can see the pixelation from it.
Such a good
That was
pro
in general,
expression
a lot
right
of
there.
pixelation in Koi.
You ever
Part of
play,
it.
like,
Part of it
Max
is the
Payne
JPEG
3?
compression.
Subtraction shadow also color bands.
Is
I'll
it gonna
be
color
really
band
happy.
this hard though? This looks exceptionally bad.
It might.
It might be the JPEG compression.
I'll be really happy with OoT when we don't have to deal with that anymore.
Oh, speaking of OoT, will OoT be monetized?
Yes.
Outside of Patreon, obviously.
I will. I will
we want it to
definitely
be.
putting.
It'll
it
be a
on
gacha
Steam.
game.
The nice
And
part,
that comes-
though, the nice part of that though is that it's completely legal for. It's completely within the rules for Steam. Like if someone, I can give keys out. So if someone subs to
Okay.
me on Patreon and you give me a lifetime total of $20 or whatever, like, boom, you get a key. That's it.
That was gonna be my follow-up question is do patrons who sub for X amount of time or X amount of money get it. And,
Exactly.
well,
Yeah. What I can't do is make it publicly available for free. That's what I can't do.
yeah. Understandably.
If you give him a total of $1,000, you also get a key to his house.
Please.
You get to be in my
Please?
wall.
Please.
I am in
I
your
would
walls.
You know, I'm just doing it for croissant.
Yeah.
Get rid of me,
my
bitch.
Croissant is my co-writer. Her bed is in my office here. It's my cat.
She overlooks your text.
I would definitely just steal your cat.
I am so tired of that vest.
I will never
I am
see it ever
going
again.
away in 38.
It is going away. Oh wait, no, this is
Forever?
Into the
look at that
shadow
animation.
realm.
Boom.
Look at that animation.
Oh, it looks like an eye. Wow, it's subtle.
Oh.
Whoa.
Once again, subtext is for cowards.
I think, Tickle, I used your shadow trick with the cube, the transparent cube, to do this. You remember that guide you made way back in the day?
Nope.
You don't remember that one? I still have it saved.
I think you're talking circa 2019, really early.
Yeah, back when we had to do that.
Yeah, back before Mad Edit. Back before you could just flip it off with Mad Edit.
Yep.
Yeah, you had to do it the cube trick.
2019, that was like 30 years ago, right?
Yeah, feels
I think
like
so.
It was before a lot of the major stuff that does all this. Like the Mad Edit being the biggest one, KKPE being like the second biggest one.
it. Yeah.
Although I believe KKPE was late 2018, but it certainly was not as robust.
Yeah. I was saying earlier, like one of the things that really messed with me was Anon 11 didn't make that tiny plugin that put the shortcut for turning off shadow casting for like groups. So like if you wanted to turn off shadows, you had to go to every single item and turn it off. And that led to some funny looking scenes early on because I didn't want to do that.
Hey, no, did you go back? Because I thought we got past 22 when we did the dev commentary last time.
No, we got right to 22. We didn't
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did the prologue, then I skipped to 22.
Right, it's a lazy hack, yep.
Yep.
So true.
So true.
Oh, this music.
It goes hard.
I managed to somehow stumble into the best like synth musician on Fiverr, like before he became big, and he became way bigger after making all the good stuff. Not quite priced out yet, but I think he's one of the only musicians with like a straight 5-star score with like 300+ reviews.
If you ever need more music, will you use the same synth artist?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, I'd love to. I wish I had the money to steal him completely. I would make a musical with him.
Would you try to get him for OoT 2 then, I'm guessing?
I'll still get him for OoT 1.
Yeah.
Question,
This is such a
anything
good
in the
track.
future that you're excited for OoT 1, a certain chapter that's yet to be released? Oh, you have no idea. Oh, we're just getting started. I can't even begin to express how excited I am for stuff that I've been thinking of every night for like 9-10 months. Like, it's still stuff that's years out, but chapter 50, chapter 90, chapter 100, like it's gonna.
So is chapter 100 the end?
It is the end.
I know you have like a lot of projects already in the works. You ever think about doing like a OoT 0.5 where they're like younger before all the series?
Not really.
Like a prequel. Yeah.
Like a Muppet Babies.
I might be okay doing some side stories that are flashbacks if it's interesting enough. And like, just look at the hams on her. Jesus fucking Christ, you're unreasonable. But that's about it. Like I kind of said before, I'm not particularly talented at writing filler, so I do stupid shit like this instead. It's like, oh hey, CJ just shows up in the background.
Hey, I know this.
Hey,
place.
you know that. We watched this.
Hey, we just talked about.
We were
this.
talking
Yeah.
about this, yeah.
Yep, now you get this reference, Reed.
Yeah.
I mean, I remembered it originally, but once you reminded me.
And this is the Tickle. You were the one who slowed down this song, right? I think
Power
so.
of Audacity.
No.
I don't remember.
I think it took you approximately 15 seconds.
That's probably why you don't remember.
Probably.
When are you going to upload the battle music that played when Vic got her powers versus Keone? That's a good question. There are a lot of songs that I just haven't uploaded because I just forgot. I can do that.
That's fair.
Will Kieran learn to button up her shorts by chapter 100? Absolutely not. If I could unbutton them further, I would.
He is
What's
way
the
too
point of
thick for
having
that.
buttons on your shorts if you can't be a rebel and not use them?
He is way too thick for that.
You get easily pantsed.
See, he
This is
did
how
the right
CJ
thing.
died.
He didn't move.
What if
Yeah.
she wants to get pantsed easily?
He
The
did
most
for that.
syllabus dialogue in this entire game. Later, a while later, a bit later, a smidge later, a wink of time has passed.
A wink. A smidge. Looks dead at
Time
the
to
camera.
insult our readers' intelligence for 30 pages.
You can
Oh, look,
already
it's a
see
golf
her.
ball.
You can already see her feet back there.
So true.
Oh, was that Mitsubi?
This is like the weirdest
Yeah, you see?
pacing fuck I've ever seen.
Oh,
You know,
This fucking thing.
total
here.
juxtaposition. For better or worse, it is a running theme. You know, you can see the
Golf ball.
stupid little ping
I-
pong.
I got The Shining from this, but I guess you were
like
going
being
for
a coach
Yeah,
against
this
CJ.
is more. This is more The
losing
Great
your
Escape.
mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
why did you make yourself a ping pong ball here?
Because shut up. That's why.
You know what? I deserve that one.
I didn't make you. I thought about. No, I don't know. I always thought it would be too egotistical if I went back and actually voiced these with myself. That's getting a little too Woody Allen for me.
How have I never noticed those legs before?
Yeah, right. They were there
Yeah,
the whole time.
Who would you voice your self-insert?
Me, I would.
Who would voice CJ?
I have no clue.
I am absolutely fan.
Gilbert Gottfried.
Gilbert Gottfried. That's true.
I was
That would be
kind of
amazing.
expecting
Oh, no.
Ryan Gosling, TBH.
Yep. And honestly, that would have made me vomit into my mic.
Little subtext in this scene showing CJ on some level might be a little scared of Vic. I wonder why.
There's definitely no PTSD
I was like that.
here.
Nothing going on there.
What is that in her mouth?
It was the fade to black.
Oh. Here's
Ah.
Oh, hey.
Oh, hey.
Now I know what that means.
Consciously afraid of goddesses.
No, Vic,
capable
don't
of
stop.
creating
Yeah,
demons.
see? Ha ha ha. Ha ha. Nervous laughter.
What? No.
Here it comes. Jamie, but sluttier.
Bloody Jamie, let's go.
We're married. Oh.
You're tearing us apart, Lisa.
So,
remember when you're
Tickle was the one who imported all these sci-fi scenes or buildings, and I kind of went crazy and made an entire map out of them.
to use
Kind of
once.
worked out, and they're all to
I
scale.
bet you he doesn't
too.
remember.
This
I
scene
remember
runs at
when
like
you were making all this.
it runs at like 5 FPS.
I remember when you were making all this, and you kept just sending me like little teasers of the characters with their alternate, like their combat styles on, and I was just like, oh, these are. When are we using these?
Genre shift.
Remember, we opted not to do the cell shading because it just wasn't working with the textures.
Yeah.
So you had to use the Unity standard.
Yeah. You just see those BattleTech things in the background that just look completely out of place.
Here comes Thriller.
Yeah, here comes Thriller. Yep, this is where they do Thriller.
Yep.
Wait until they hit the gritty.
It was like West Side Story, and I have like a dance off.
Snap each other.
We're the Jets.
Let's go Mets. I love the Mets.
Were you saying yesterday, Raidster, is like, wow, Dante on a motorcycle seems really familiar. Like, did you do something like this? Like, yes, I did.
Is it the same rocket bike?
No, it's not.
I mean, it has boosters.
It does have boosters, but it's just
It's
one
similar.
This one doesn't explode though.
Sure, it's not just like running real lean.
Really
Now I
fast,
feel bad
I
for
guess.
Missy, who has to slum it. She doesn't have a bike anymore, and when she's on the other side.
Yeah, but she can summon the fucking
Not like
Guns of Babylon or some.
I think she
or
needs to
whatever
be able
that
to
state
summon the
reference
bike.
is.
Honestly,
That's not a bad idea.
That would be actually kind of cool if she just could summon a bike out of nowhere.
So, one thing about Mizzy is that Mizzy, I mean, as you all know, Mizzy's Jamie, right? But Mizzy is what Jamie kind of wishes she could be. So Mizzy is
Slutty?
this mix between, kind of, she's this mix of CJ and Victoria.
Yeah.
She has CJ's white coat, but she wears the purple and black
Purple.
for Victoria, and she has a gold ring like Victoria ends up with.
So Jamie wishes she could be Victoria, basically.
She really looks up to him, yeah.
That's kind of cool, actually. I never realized that
that's
subtext.
kind of threaded in the way that she interacts with them both through the entire story.
I guess I
That's-
never just
that's-
realized it.
That's really one of the reasons that Jamie's like so emotionally torn with everything that
Like-
happens.
Oh,
'cause
this
she
is a tickle.
doesn't-
This is a tickle shot. Yep.
That's impressive. Those buttons did nothing.
No.
And this is after the scene in where he went on a date, air quotes,
Oh.
with Jamie, right?
It's kind of funny because
Yes, this is minutes after that.
you said that like the purple for representing Victoria was like a shield, right? Where it's
glass
kind of
is
the
nice,
opposite
yeah.
for Mizzy, right?
Well, Mizzy
Like, if
just owns up to it. Like, she's completely genuine.
Nah.
So does Mizzy choose to go by Hayato here?
Yeah, because she didn't have any other name. She calls herself Hayato. Because you remember, that's Jamie's real name.
Yeah, that's Jamie's actual name.
Yeah, so.
And then after she gets willed into existence,
I'm my own grandpa.
She gets retconned.
She has
in.
to be. She has to be her own person.
Just overpowered. God, why do I need blam? I have a gun sound effect. Why does it say blam?
At least
Yeah,
you didn't do blam and then put the gun sound
See, you shoot the Coomers, and that's all they are. They just
You
turn
turn into
Poe.
Coom.
So this is actually a game mechanic. This is one that I wanted to make sure is important. Is that when you take out a spirit, when you take out a spirit, their soul becomes vulnerable, and breaking that is what actually kills them or gets rid of them.
Oh, I remember you
yeah.
saying that.
And only some characters can do that. Characters like Kieran don't feel very compassionate and cannot break those chains.
Well, so you used it there.
I'm a hack. That's why. I'm nothing but a hack.
It's actually one of the parts of combat that still needs to be coded in, and we just shelved it because we're like, we don't need
right
it
now
yet.
we've been using the Kieran or the Crow fight in 15 as our baseline, and that it doesn't happen there, so it doesn't matter. But that happens everywhere else. That is important for every boss.
Yeah, I've got to do a bit of overhauling on how that's all going to code in.
God, that sound.
I love it.
So, actually, I have a question about that, right? If you're gonna introduce the fights for these kinds of scenes,
yeah,
how are you gonna mix between the fight itself and showing off the animated scenes that you're doing right now?
Probably.
Like, are they gonna play after or like during the fight?
You mean these right here?
Yeah.
You'll probably still see this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it'll be cut up, but yeah, you'll see this. And I'm going to do a VN mode, too. I'm not going to force people to do combat, because I know you guys, you're here for OoT, and I'm introducing something different. I'm not going to force you to, play through that stuff if you don't want. So there'll be a VN mode, and I'll just show this stuff. It'll be no problem.
Gaz is going to mold when he has to think even more.
Moments like these is when Kieran's really best girl.
Wallace. I'm already molding.
Yeah, when she's part crow.
It's great. She's always part crow. It's great.
Yes, to share the spotlight.
That's
with your other side.
Where's that dumbass meme I made? The dumbass tier list.
Something else I'd like to do with this Anon, on the opposite end of that, is make it so that the combats are replayable in the same way as the various scenes from like the extras menu.
Yeah, that's possible.
Because you're gonna get people who are just like, oh yeah, I just want to mess around with those again too.
Mm-hmm. Me, depending on the pencil shader bugging out. And the boss music.
Let's go.
The actual boss
Another
music.
banger.
You can see the actual arena there.
Still a little upset that we aren't going to be able to use the 3D models for these.
Well, we'll see what we're doing. Because the nice thing about Unity too, right, is that we can mix. Like, we can have a 3D boss model get beaten up by sprites.
Yeah, that is actually something I was thinking. It's just not.
Slap that ass. It takes a hand that big.
So, of course, this might just be video game logic, but the little spirits are, people spirits. What was this thing before it died?
Oh, you'll see. There's a little visual storytelling involved in that.
I thought it was like an amalgamation of them.
No. Okay. Pick on someone your own size, and he's gigantic.
He's so tiny.
That's why he slapped Kieran's ass. He was picking on someone his own size.
I'd like to mention that I very specifically did the people's elbow here.
Thank you.
Hack.
Where's the RKO?
Shatter. And it turns into Comb. And see, she's doing the crow pose.
Yep.
Crow pose.
Well,
the crow float pose.
Yeah.
And there's the crow eyes.
This is the visual storytelling here, Reed.
Yeah,
it's
you're
multiple people all together.
Yeah, that was it.
So
I knew it was like a grouping of people. I just couldn't remember.
It's an amalgamation.
And Kieran looks at
like
it.
An elephant.
Kieran can't see him.
This is what transgender people look like in
So that's what Kieran will be in combat. Is Kieran's really good. She's actually a pretty high DPS. Well, it's turn-based, so it's not DPS. But she's high
dex,
damage.
low int.
But she can't finish off enemies. You have to have other party members do it.
She's our damage dealer, but not our finisher.
Yeah,
like
she's
Batman.
she's an HP tank. barbarian, if you will.
yeah.
Off tank?
Something.
Who will be our tank is the real question.
Vic.
Vic?
Yeah, Vic's
really?
tank.
Really?
Yep. Parry,
That's interesting.
She's a parry tank.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, okay,
That's
I
what
guess.
Counter
Shido
tank.
is. She got that sword, man.
You know?
Missy's the ranger.
Deflecting blows.
I'm guessing Mizzy's range damage.
She's like bodyguard. When Tsukiko is in the game, anytime Tsukiko get hit, Mizzy jumps in and takes the hit for her.
Gotcha.
Is Jamie gonna be the bard?
Jamie and CJ are the support. So essentially, they do opposite things though. CJ buffs and gives MP directly. Tsukiko debuffs and takes MP from enemies and reassigns it to friendlies. So they do opposite things. But
I like
I'm
that. Those
assuming-
are main
Like my
characters.
favorite characters too.
I'm
But Sarah
assuming
can also
Teresa's going to
heal?
be the healer.
No,
Well, Sarah can also heal.
Teresa is, Sarah's the direct healer. She's like, you could think of her as like a WoW shaman, if you want to get, that's the closest approximation I can think of. Whereas Teresa's a Shinto priestess. It's all about purity. So what Teresa does is she can clear buffs and clear debuffs.
She's the cleanser.
Yes, and when she clears a debuff, it heals that person. When she clears a buff on an enemy, it damages them.
Nice. Okay.
And she's also really good. She's not good at doing damage, but she's really good at breaking those chains.
Your two main characters are the ones who can't actually do anything directly to enemies.
For now.
Precisely.
For now.
Yeah, that's intentional.
That is very intentional.
Oh, and fucking
Oh, finally, the
Ashley
fairy
is.
side fairy.
Ashley would be. She has a bazooka. She's.
Yeah, you'll see what's
Yeah,
Ashley.
yeah.
Ashley seems hella broken.
Ashley requires a lot of MP investment, but you get explosive results.
She's like one of those roll the dice characters. See what happens.
Yeah,
Sets her
She has
from
1 out of 6
She's
chances to
supposed
just blow herself up.
She's supposed to be a summoner. That's what she is.
all
How
right.
much planning have you done for combat balancing? A fair amount. We have the ideas down.
Yeah, we actually spent when we were working on the segment we have now. We probably spent like 3 weeks going over how to balance numbers and scale it up across the game. And I already have a good bit of experience with like balancing those kind of numbers and how they should look, so I can tweak it on the fly as we go. It should never be a problem.
There was someone on another Discord who didn't like the fact that CJ was only support. Well, the point is that he's kind of a JoJo's reference, and all the girls are his stands. He doesn't have to fight. He is the male lion in a pride with all his lion
That's a good
girlfriends.
analogy.
Yeah, he doesn't have to do anything.
No. Anon's just covering. What he wants to say is CJ is a good guy, and you see, we can't win by fighting. We have to resolve our differences and also friendship.
That is
And this
unironically
gun I
true.
found.
And this gun I found. There actually is a little bit of that, because I don't want combat to ever give rewards, right? Like there's no random encounters in it. There won't be. And you don't get any direct reward for winning combat. There's no XP or stuff like that. Where CJ and the other characters become more powerful is through their bonds with each other. That's what. So they bang to get stronger. Of course. Like that was it's a porn game. That was part of the premise. It's got to be that way from day one.
What about the moats, though?
Oh, the moats of pride are the currency you use to unlock and upgrade CJ and his abilities.
Okay, so just CJ.
Yeah. Also, you also get an equal amount of those to spend on the gallery, because I will be putting in the good requests that I get as just lewds that you can unlock. So even if you're not doing combat stuff, you at least get points that you can use to get more, titties.
Yeah. Nice. Also, for anybody concerned, not that I think anybody would skip extra side content, but if you don't do the extra side content, I more or less plan on balancing the combat numbers around the assumption that you have the minimal amount.
Yeah.
So
it should feel like a reward.
Yeah, it's there to make your life easier, not to make you meet the minimums.
The first of many times she gets to say this word because I keep re-explaining it for people.
So true.
A conversation that's going to be very funny with Crow.
Wasn't it White Polar Fox? He made that.
I love that guy.
He made a thing where it said anon when he explains what an Elenin is again for the 50th time.
Oh, it hurts because it's true.
To me, that becomes an X-Men reference from like the 90s when there was this joke about Psylocke explaining her powers every issue 5 times, and it was maddening.
God, I need to.
But she doesn't actually
where
like
do you
notice
call
that she's saying.
I gotta find that
Fuck
thing.
is
there.
Elenin?
That's how it ends. That's how it ends. Nobody knows what the fucking means.
Everywhere at the end of time.
Oh no.
Which track is that?
This?
Oh man.
Yeah,
I think this is.
Don't look it up.
I'm not sure I can tell you the name of it, but I think this is on the second album. Or is this the third one?
I thought this was the first.
No, the third one is really grainy.
It's maybe the second one, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Because this is when it's already getting screwed up.
Second one has a lot of reverb.
I really wanted a dance number here.
But you always have to keep in mind, Grandpa Hayato is as much of a dork as Jamie. He just takes himself way more seriously. He wouldn't dance.
With integrity.
The Charleston.
This stanky leg.
Exposition, exposition, exposition.
You guys know this already.
You know this stuff.
Enough
Oh
expository
wait,
banter.
White Polar Fox is in chat. Do you still have that video you made?
Oh.
That meme amalgamation video?
Yeah, post it.
I'm looking for it, but if you have it, like you know the one I'm talking about, I hope.
I like the way you wrote Gramps here because he's so infuriating.
The one thing, so this is a running theme you're going to see all the way.
Thank you, Mavic.
All the way
Ootslanded.
until chapter 100 is that OoT has a running conflict between optimism and utilitarianism. And that is absolutely represented by CJ and Grandpa.
Yes, Ootslanded, that's what it was called. I got you, fam.
Like, the thing about Grandpa is,
Yes,
like,
thank you.
none of his reasoning is factually incorrect. Maybe not informed right, but you can get why he's doing it. And maybe on some level it's a good idea. But, oh, who is it? Was it Than? Yeah, I think Than lost his mind at this one, too.
Yeah.
I lost his mind
Those
on a
are
lot of
stars?
Yeah.
No.
We just gotta like sit back in his chair and just sigh.
Yeah, or just quietly get up and walk away without saying a word. Come back 5 minutes later and be like, okay,
lights
I'm
up,
ready.
lights up a cigarette.
Yeah, he's done that.
Yeah, you think those are stars is such a raw fucking line for a villain.
You're so naive.
I can't
Cutie
wait.
child.
I can't wait for him to be back.
Or who to be back.
Of course,
Oh,
of course he's,
I knew someone
he's
was
not
going to
dead.
say that.
Of course he's
Okay,
not
but- Quick question. I gotta ask this.
Yes.
How long will it be until he comes back?
Who's the quarter?
Look forward to it.
End of this year?
Yeah. Not
Okay,
far.
good. How about this?
So the Jamie arc.
When he comes back out, I promise you I'll make you a music video based around him.
Okay.
Oh God.
I will animate
With love song?
Will you sing it yourself?
So always got
No,
confused here,
no.
where to
Well,
put
you-
the ciphers.
Is it a performance?
Sing it for yourself, Nate.
Oh no, I'm gonna animate it. I'm gonna teach myself how to animate an animatic just for that.
So
And
he got the sacrifices here from this cyberpunk city. I call it Mega Sweden as a joke.
I
But
always
from this
assumed
big
it was
metropolis.
Kind of like, y'all seen Full Metal Alchemist? and like the plans that they have to like sacrifice the entire country in that show. I always assumed it was like that.
All of Germany.
But he has not had millions yet. He's only had hundreds of thousands. So that's basically because he had this audio zombie bomb go off in the middle of downtown, and that got a lot of people.
Zombie bombs?
Also, time runs differently between worlds. So it's been about a year, I think, right? On this side, where it's been 18 on the other.
Yeah, that's what Mitzi said.
Yeah, something like that. 18 or 19. Yeah, and you can see this runs in the family. Okay.
Dumper.
Yeah.
Nothing
I
wrong
love her
with that.
model. She's one of my favorite models.
She's a spitting image
me
of Kieran. Kieran looks exactly like her. I wonder why.
So wait, does Kieran not actually have any gene mods, like to enhance body?
She does.
Oh, okay.
And then she has everybody else's gene mods.
Yeah, and then she sapped a lot out of her sisters, A and K.
Yeah. Nano machine, son.
Okay, like that she can't button up her shorts, so she
Do
wears
any of
skirts.
them not have those gene mod things?
Ashley's didn't turn on. That's why Ashley's a little runt.
Right.
I want the implication there being that if the other girls in her family didn't have those, they would also be kind of small.
Does that mean Ashley might have gene mods turn on in the future, or no?
No. It's something that either works when you're born or it doesn't.
Did her family get a refund on this?
Insurance payout. Teresa doesn't have any either.
She's just
Latina thick.
Latina mommy.
She is naturally mommy shaped.
For religious reasons.
Mommy shape.
Mommy shape.
The dairy cow build, as you will. Oh, hey,
How big is
what's up,
CJ Schmidt?
How big is CJ Schmidt? Fairly.
Sizable.
I like how this scene shows that Gramps is so smart and also completely oblivious.
He has got tunnel vision. Alpha men have tunnel vision sometimes.
Like Andrew Tate?
Like Andrew Tate.
Well, Andrew Tate.
Romanian prism vision.
Andrew Tate doesn't have a chin. There's a difference. Also, she says little Kieran here. She should have said little Misaki. Fuck me.
I'll change that.
Technically say it.
She didn't quite say it. And Crow just rubbing it in. God, she's a bitch. I love her.
Alright, you doing the fucking asterisks blurring out Grandpa's name the entire time?
Fuck. And she's
All
just
the
saying
way.
fuck.
All the way home.
He just calmly watches himself die.
I mean, he killed himself, so I guess he can calmly watch it.
Alright, I'm caught up.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. You know who's not?
Nice cock.
Bubba. Or Snow.
Where's Bob?
He's sitting down
I am
there in the
almost out
chat.
of work. Oh, but he's on call. Hey, nice. Those are monsters.
I'm laughing at the fact that this man's name is.
Oh, hey, look!
Bad
Those
job
colors
from
look
the top.
familiar.
No. Hey, doesn't this make sense now? It's like I visually spelled it out really early.
I find that a color-based system is ableist.
Kind of. It's like
I'm
yellow,
sorry.
yellow, orange, yellow,
And white.
and white.
The bottom one's white.
Damn. That one's two-tone.
I don't know, man.
I thought this was. I'm
Green,
surprised at how many
blue on the top
questions.
and Green on the bottom.
I'm really surprised at how many questions I got about this one. I thought this one would be really obvious.
I thought it was obvious. I remember just being like, "Oh yeah."
I fucking color-coded my game.
No, I'm a big brain person. Sorry, that was uncalled for.
I'm sorry to imply you have a big
Retarded.
brain. Yeah.
Hey Wallace,
And they turned into a
How
fifth
autistic
power.
are you?
What?
How autistic are you?
A lot. Like a sizable amount. Like at least 3.
How autistic am I? I'm autistic as fuck.
I'm autistic as shit.
Alright, Anon.
Yeah.
Stupid question. That'll probably get a stupid answer.
Sure.
Will there be Tsukiko sex scenes?
Of course.
How's that even? What are you thinking of?
I was.
What are you, stupid?
How do you fuck a moon? Right?
You gotta try. You gotta try harder.
Wait, where's that?
Where's
Where's that image that someone looted Tsukiko and it's just a fucking moon with panties on?
That was kids.
That was me. I drew that.
Thank you.
Oh, you horn dog.
That is fucking great.
Oh, look at how hot Tsukiko is.
I feel it's a shame if there's the button's coming up and Than isn't here.
Yeah, he's supposed to be here recording, and he's not even here.
Wait, so who's recording?
Me.
They say the N-word?
No.
Oh,
what?
Wait, who said the M word?
You can't say
What?
naughty on this server.
Yep.
Okay. Not.
Everyone's gamer word pass has been revoked for the evening.
Temporarily. It will return once Sky gets here.
Oh god. There we go.
I don't like the floaters they have in their eyes when they turn black and white.
Kind of spoopy.
A little bit.
Super grippy.
Never notice that they're always there until you flip the colors.
Oh yeah, I mean, they're reflections.
Yeah, it's like glare, but you can't. The way that Koi draws it, it's not actually a light source or a light reflection. It's just
a color.
It's just a speck.
They just have a bit of make in their eyes. Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
It happens.
God, why'd I write so much? God. How do you guys not get bored of this crap?
How high were you?
But it was good.
I like your poem with a whole lot.
You had a lot of time for that one.
I did.
Because this isn't a Coomer game. It's a game of feels.
Because I played this after playing Lil, it's nowhere near as bad.
Well,
I found it easy to read through this because I hated this guy so much. Fueled my rage.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah.
You just
I
like
fucking
smarter.
hate Grandfather.
Hey, Kieran
fucking
gets
love
the
everything
late
you did.
Hearing
function.
this guy, I just fucking skipped the shit out of this.
I was hoping it would be another surprise cut to him fucking gay.
Do that again. You got the
Just
point. You got the point.
That's great.
I was like looking real close to the screen.
It's like, yeah, I never married, but it cuts to him just beating her doonies down.
I always liked the shot.
Yeah, that was I
know it
went
reminds
back
me
like
of,
4
Mass
times.
Effect-esque.
No, this actually reminds me of like one of the areas of Final Fantasy VII.
Actually, I know what it reminds me of.
Oh, a little Midgard.
Unreal Tournament.
Unreal Tournament.
There were a few maps that looked like those.
These just like
Hey, I need.
This
I need a question
is-
answer about SEMA. I need a question.
This
answer
is
about
Phoenix.
Yeah, this is
gay.
Phoenix 2772.
SEMA. Okay,
Yeah,
I just wanted to
it's-
make sure.
I don't know, but that's what I thought you were gonna ask.
Yeah, what's your question?
Is SEMA gay?
SEMA is absolutely gay.
The gay.
Oh, my fairy's a male. What a
Purest
coincidence.
representation of Kaz.
Right.
I'm sorry.
My fair is a cat boy.
What's a cat?
Some pussy?
Oh boy.
Did you draw inspiration from Seema's name from Dynasty Warriors?
So SEMA is very clearly Zhuge from Legend of Three Kingdoms.
Yeah.
But
well, they got like Seema Yi and Seema, all the whole Seema clan.
Yeah, that's a little different. But SEMA has a very pretentiously long name in Chinese. He has 3 characters.
Is there a John Cena?
Johnson.
Cena.
You mean
Zhongxina.
Zhongxina.
Was I?
Elon Musk.
Oh, Bing Chiding.
Big shitting.
What's up, Bing Chiding?
And then Alan, of course, is your boy
Alan
Patrick.
Paulson. Yeah. No, he's the guy who gets
You,
married.
What?
He's Paul
Oh
Allen.
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But I'm talking that movie.
And Rodell, the Bretonian. That's
The Bretonian.
Was the lady.
I just straight up give you a Warhammer character.
Was the lady.
Let's see Paul Allen's ABM.
Hell is absolutely a fucking. He is absolutely a. What's the damn word I'm looking for here?
A really nice guy.
A Sigma male?
No.
Oh man,
Crusader.
Yeah.
Oh, Rodell. Yeah, he's definitely a paladin.
Yeah, he's a
of some sort.
Bretonian pally.
Yeah, as soon as he took that cape off, like in the back of my mind,
Unleashed his drip.
God was playing.
I could just hear fucking French in my head as soon as
How many CJ shards should we anticipate seeing in the future? I can tell you at least one that I am very excited to write.
Oh no.
What would be CJ's finishing wrestling move? I don't know.
Muscle Buster.
It's gotta be the RKO, right?
Anon, I want to thank
Because,
you for
like-
not looting Bridget. That would be weird.
Yeah, I'm not quite into that one. Not quite into. I'm into the size thing, but I'm talking like Matoy next to CJ, not like
human
Ferry.
size at least.
Yeah. No, CJ wouldn't have a finishing wrestling move because CJ would walk in like Vince McMahon, and he would like
Sniffing money.
Yeah, sniffing money, and then he would make
He's
the
got the
girls
same
fight.
finishing move, which is make somebody else do it for him.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much.
That sounds like his combat style.
What's the point of having a harem if you can't make them fight all your battles for you?
Yeah.
Victoria is his finishing move.
So true.
I have another question.
Yes.
Game
are we
checks
gonna
out,
get
I guess.
More combat gameplay because that shit was kind of lit.
Yes, I talked a whole bunch about it right before you joined, but we did. We absolutely are doing quite a bit.
It's coming.
Every time he
soon.
attacks, she just JoJo pose, and like one of his harem members should
He's-
just like
he's
come
actually-
out behind him and just start slapping shit around.
We've talked about what kind of animation references we want to use for CJ, and there's a lot of Bruno Mars in there. He's gonna be
Bruno
pulling-
Mars, Michael Jackson,
No
the
girl.
Yep,
Prince in there.
he's gonna be pulling some sweet moves.
Got some James Brown moves in there.
Little Motown.
Someone tried to
'Cause
throw a
that's just-
cape on him.
That's just actually really good reference because that's a lot of dancing where it's just the dude on the screen with not a lot of cuts and he's just boogieing in one place, which is actually really good for an RPG like idle animation or like a spellcast.
Oh, yeah. It'll look good.
It was like his attack was literally he threw two punches, looked at his fist, clenched it really hard, and missed.
Yeah.
I thought his animation was supposed to be the weird little jig they do in Latino Dinero.
I really want to make that video. I wish I need to make that trailer, but like, you know, I love that. I love Ruggiera.
He's doing his ultimate move should be a drive-by.
He gets his sword. That's what. Oh my god. How do you people read this stuff?
22 is a long one.
Oh my god. What kind of idiot made this?
Let's get to the sex already. Fuck.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Where's the porn?
Skip to the
Jesus
sex
Christ, where is it?
Fucking skip.
Exposition. This is the lesson I
Blah,
learned.
blah,
This
fuck
is
it.
the lesson I learned was that you put the exposition over the porn scene. That keeps people engaged. That's how
People
you
are
do it.
forced to. They can't skip it.
It's got longer chapters than One Piece and Fairy Tail.
22
Wait.
is longer than some entire Koikatsu wags on F95.
You didn't capitalize Sky?
Sadly.
Didn't
so
cap-
sorry.
Yeah, look, there it is.
Bro, deadass chapter 22 is longer than like 80% of the games on F95 and itch.io.
Some of them.
Got more substance too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's actually got stories somehow.
With 37, we broke 30,000 renders and 300,000 words. So I was actually surprised at how high the word count is on it. I didn't think it was
Is
that
the
long.
Mm-hmm.
only WEG bigger than OoT Lil at this point?
In terms of word count, no. Pale Carnations is longer word count. There are
Yeah,
quite
I
a few
think
that are longer word count. than OoT.
There's probably quite a few, but
like Last Sovereign. What, dear Lord, right?
I don't know that counts. So it's not really a VN. It's straight up an RPG Maker game.
Yeah, but even so, like word count for that, I'm sure is pretty impressive.
Yeah, I mean,
What about once in a lifetime?
Once in a lifetime's actually fairly short.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel short. It took me like 3 days to finish that game.
It's not small, but it's not a huge game. It doesn't need to be either. Like it worked out.
And it's not getting bigger either. Think about it.
Well, it's finished.
No, that game's
Yeah.
actually it's finished.
Exactly.
Thank God.
That's what I'm playing.
Which is good.
Yeah, it should be finished.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like I mentioned before, I'm using the test build that'll be coming out. Now you get a little button telling you what to do when you want to progress on stuff.
Okay, I'm like, what's
Oh,
the
that's
crown?
fucking fantastic.
Yep,
Thank
and
you.
you'll see that in the open
yeah.
world sections as well. So don't
got-
you'll see
looks
where
like
there's new
God,
content
like
and when there isn't.
Going through.
You
going
think
through the
this will
city and
stop
not
the
knowing where to go?
F95 reviews?
That was a very requested feature. So
You think this
we
will
heard
change
you.
the F95 reviews?
I don't want to do a
means
lot of
click this
these.
first.
Here, I don't want to do all of these, but I do want to do Myrna's, right? We need to call her a hooer.
Damn.
She's a hood.
A, she's
This
a hooer.
hurts.
B,
Even I remember
she's a
reading
whore.
this before knowing.
Whore.
This is like the last
She's a
chapter
whore.
before I joined Discord. I was like, this hurts. This wasn't fair at all.
This guy's a
Yeah, I felt so bad for Myrna.
All Alan, what a dick.
Also, fuck Alan.
He owns the
Like,
Blazers.
He's
He
on the
did.
shit list with Gabby from Attack on Titan.
fucking game.
Fuck Gabby, bro. She's
So here's the funny thing. I don't draw men very often, but I drew one on a whim, and it looked almost exactly like fucking Alan.
Uh-oh. He's in your walls.
Kitsy Allen confirmed.
But just a handful of things are just slightly different.
But yeah, as far as like word count goes, I think is Lil at 2 million yet? I know
Oh,
it's over
God.
1.6 million.
I think it's short of CJ, but it's Aaron Yeager.
It's okay.
at this
We're
point,
gonna get
it's-
some. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say at this point it's probably not really even a good comparison to use Lil for anyone.
Well,
Just 'cause
it's
you
a
have
very
law words
different
doesn't
style.
mean it's good.
It's a very
Yeah.
different. Well, it's a very different style, right? This is.
Yeah, it's different style, but it's also like even in that style, I don't think there's anyone ever who writes the amount of exposition that Cell does. So it's just not really even something you can compare to.
It's fine. It's fine. The thing with OoT is that OoT has. I analyze OoT by word density for renders, because that's just a good way of getting a feel for how quickly VN progresses visually, like how often every click will lead to a new render. And OoT has a word density of 10 words per render, where I think the average is closer to 50, and Lil is 90. So there are a lot of pictures, because it's easier than writing.
Also, I think Lil also utilizes the same renders for certain scenes, right? So like,
he does a different thing, right?
Back and forth.
I've talked to him about our processes, and our workflow is essentially flipped. He spends I think he said he spends like 90% writing and 10% in studio, where I'm pretty much flipped. I do about 85-90% in studio, and then I spend a couple days writing, and that's how I do a chapter.
So you think making renders is easier?
I do, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I actually make my renders first, then I write the final script. I know what's going to happen.
Like 100 a day, which is kind of nuts.
Yeah.
Like even more.
Well, I also want to be clear. That's just something I do. That's not a mark of quality. That's just a stylistic choice. Someone who doesn't do that is not making an inferior product.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you think about it, a visual novel, I mean, it is literally two things, and the difference between Cell and Anon is just which side of that they're leaning on. Anon leans on the visual more, and Cell leans on the novel more.
Phantom Man asks, "Do you like making animations?" A good joke.
I actually really do. No, I do enjoy making animations. I just don't have the fucking time to do it. It's kind of like what I was talking about before with the combat animations. I'm running out of hours on the day to make stuff, and if I add more to my schedule, it's going to slow down chapter releases, which if it was a different game, I wouldn't really mind. But OoT, it's like if I slow down chapter releases, we're stretching out a 5-year plan. Which
You're out of time.
Yeah, right. Which kind of messes with stuff. But no, I actually like working in timeline.
Have you tried sleeping less?
That's no joke. I know it's a joke, but I've tried that, and if I don't get 8 hours of sleep, I can't be very creative. I will just get tired at my desk, and I'll go take a nap.
Oh.
It's really bad.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
You need 8 hours?
She's a whore.
Oh.
She's a whore.
There we go.
At least you said was.
I have the issue where I'll do like 3 nights in a row, only like 5 hours, and I'll be completely normal those 3 days. And that 4th day, I'll sleep for like 14 hours.
Oh.
Like I'll go to bed at like 5:30, wake up at like 5 in the morning.
Like
We can't all be Sky.
I could do that when I was doing like a physical job, because then you show up and you physically do stuff, and that's like no problem. But when I have to start like using like making decisions and stuff like that, it's bad. I don't produce the way I should. Will there be friendly fire in combat, and will I be able to kill Alan with my own hands? Well,
Wow.
he's not a party member, and he won't be, so you're okay there. So no, and please look forward to it.
We're gonna have please let's go. Looking
Did
forward
you just
to a counter.
foreshadow the smoking of Alan's pack?
My cock ass face.
He's
He's a bit salty.
we get some good one-on-one interaction with him actually this arc, so it'll be good. You get to see more.
Crying now. It's more like Lil.
Oh god.
It's gonna be so enjoyable.
No one got crucified, okay? We don't crucify girls in OoT. We cut the heads off of hookers. All right.
They're only hookers after they're dead.
They're only hookers after they're dead.
Only one person has lost their head in the whole game.
No, two.
No.
You did both of those renders. How do you not remember?
Oh, okay, yeah. No, it definitely is too.
How far in the future is the confrontation with the mom?
With the mom? Confrontation? Like end confrontation? That's gonna be the last. That any stuff like that is the last chapter in an arc. So that's 7 chapters from now. Myrna and Bridget. God, I just like how everything scales nicely now. We've all seen this. We've all done this.
Who designed the UI?
The new UI? That's
NB did a lot of work on the UI.
Yeah.
NB is a
Anything
giga
that
chad.
looks different than it did about 2 months ago, NB did. Everything before that, I'd like to say I did, but I really just cloned what Anon did in Ren'Py, so it all basically looked terrible until about 4 weeks ago. So
I cannot tell the difference in those colors. She looks like she's 100% pupil.
Oh no.
She basically is.
Oh,
You can see a little bit at the very bottom. Did you add the link to your itch or your Patreon for the updated UI? No, this is the test build right now. It's looking good. It's not failing anywhere. This will be out at least with 38, if not sooner.
Yeah. This was literally made like 2 hours ago, so
yeah.
Anon, how much longer are you gonna stream for tonight?
I'm here as long as you guys want to watch. I'm happy to stay and call.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to bed now, and then I'm gonna be awake in like 8 hours. You guys just have to tough it out, all right? And then we'll keep them awake forever.
38 will come out on the 22nd for patrons.
All right, then if you guys are still here, I'll be back in a couple hours. Have a good one.
See you.
Hello.
20 seconds. Okay. I'm not gonna be that busy.
Well, we talked to our bad fairy. Let's talk to our good fairy.
The good wholesome fairy.
I thought you said we weren't going to go through all of these.
I'm not going to do the whole game, but we would definitely be here until tomorrow. You hear Wandering Flame? Fucking love the song.
The time from 1 to the time it took to get to chapter 22 is the same as the time for 22 entirely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta say,
That's
this
about it.
chapter doubled down on the weird trope that annoys me, where main character talks to somebody, hears a bunch of things, and never tells anybody about it once.
That's his
Yeah.
thing. He doesn't want to bother other people.
He's
He
such
wants
a
to carry the
he's
world
such a
on his
sweetheart.
These are my pet peeves. I'm not judging you.
What kind of accent would Crow have? Like a posh one? No. If
Deep
I
Scotland.
ever had voice acting, Kieran, Sarah, and Crow would all be the same voice actress doing different voices.
Yeah, that makes
Crow
sense.
Crow would sound like Sarah trying to do a Tai-Ho impersonation.
I mean, isn't Crow's name a Gaelic name?
It's extremely Gaelic.
I mean, half the words for the fairies is Gaelic. Like Ellen Nin.
I don't. Ellen Nin is actually Tolkien Elvish.
Yeah, it's made up.
Yeah, it's made up.
Yeah,
I mean,
close enough to Gaelic.
Tolkien stuff is based on real languages. It's just not very.
Yeah, Tolkien was a fucking language nerd.
I think I have to.
Yeah, he was.
I think I have to block this
Block
one
the
out.
screen.
Yeah, I have to block the screen. Here, let me pull up a picture that you guys can look at. That I can change.
Just pull up a image of the fucking gif of your face spinning.
You know what? I think I'm gonna do that.
What a perfect idea.
Bad idea.
Anytime there's a sex scene, just have that
Hey.
There we go.
It killed the music
going.
though.
Good.
No, we're getting past it, and I had to turn it off in OBS. Okay, we're good.
It's
This
so
is this is a family-friendly thing.
Clicking. Wow, Sarah, you should definitely put some clothes on. Oh dear.
We're
What are
10
you
feet
doing,
from the other
Bro?
people.
Oh, right here.
They
in front
can
of
hear
everybody.
us.
Boy, that's the old CJ model. God, you look weird. Oh, he looks way hotter now.
I don't know if there was a sex scene in this chapter.
Hey,
There
maybe you
wasn't
should play the
originally.
game. Maybe you should play
I
the game.
completely
He added it afterward.
No, I didn't.
Definitely wasn't there in the original.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't add anything to 22.
You did after I read it.
No,
There was
did
no
not.
sex scene in this.
there is no sex. scene.
Yeah, I'm
It's like-
gonna back up Snow on this. I do not remember there being one.
There
You showed this
isn't. There
to me.
isn't
name.
one. There is no sex scene in 22.
That's a lot of umlauts.
Yeah, someone who's Swedish can pronounce that for me. 'Cause I can't.
We'll get numbers guy.
Shroom. Shroom. helped me
Shroom
with this.
Swedish?
You remember Shroom Snow?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
talked to him a couple weeks ago.
Oh, nice.
He still shows up to the Lil streams.
Sweet. Yeah, he was the
but
one
has,
who.
like,
He's the one who
he
helped
has
me
a
with
real life and a girlfriend and stuff, so he doesn't get a lot of free
this.
time.
Ugh, imagine.
But he's
Women.
not here.
Women aren't real.
Ugh.
Women.
Women.
If I were to
Top
ping
guys.
him and he were like awake and around, he would show up. He just doesn't come on his own anymore.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, he needs a hand.
Damn it,
Dialogue.
Wolf.
Mizzy, you're just so emotional. Ah, dear.
But women, right? Again.
I can't believe.
She's been waiting 21 chapters to be able to finally say anything.
Yeah.
What kind of drama?
And
could
we're
we
just
wrote all this
skipping her
shit
dialogue
anyway?
completely.
And then we're here. Also, she's floating. No, is she floating? I think she's floating.
Yeah, she's floating.
Yeah, she's floating.
Spooky. So, a little background on this scene. Something in this scene corrupted the save for this scene. So, I wasn't able to load it after I made this map, and I had to remake it, and then just leave Studio open for 5 days as I finished this whole thing in one go.
Ah,
That's
who can
annoying.
save?
Floating.
Kieran.
Hey, you know what? I have a question for you, man.
Yeah.
So I was just thinking about it. I noticed that you have a lot of characters that have like hidden names,
Yeah.
like or ultimate names. And
Really
stuff
makes
like
you
that.
think, huh? Everybody except Ashley.
Yep.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Literally everybody except one person.
I want Ashley to have a hidden name, but it's just Ashley spelled differently,
It's
like
just-
white
it's
trash.
spelled with Ashley.
L-E-I-G-H.
Yeah.
Ashley Lynn.
Ashley Lynn.
Ashley.
Yeah, it's just
Story anon! Where's the sex scene?
Oh, Hammy. Oh, you.
Ashley, but if
Look, that looks like a pretty good shot.
it's the
Ashley. Oh, look at that.
for the lady.
Well, I guess there's going to be a reason for that at some point. Okay.
It really makes you ponder.
Or
God damn it. Of course, my question's the one that gets the vague answer.
Hello, Red Filter. God, I love you, Crow.
How Crow can always speak to.
Don't let
Sarah
Sarah hear you say that.
She's
omnipresent.
omnipresent.
Oh, they're gonna be fun together.
It's gonna be so great watching 38 with Crow in it.
What, little devil, little angel?
Little.
I mean,
You had
those things.
You gotta
You know
do
what
that
I-
scene where they're tiny and sitting on his shoulder.
Oh, God, yeah, that'd be perfect.
Don't give him ideas.
Get yourself a woman who'll look at you like this.
God,
I've had at least one.
I need one.
I've had one. I regretted it.
Only the bad
it's
bitch
not a
can
good
ruin
go.
my life.
I need a bad bitch who'll ruin my life. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure if I get my wife drunk enough, I can do that. She's terrifying drunk.
Imagine having a wife. Fucking loser.
I don't think I will.
Not
Maybe
again.
I won't.
Come here, woman.
Oh, God.
Hey, look, it's Suzuka. There she is.
Oh yeah, that
Wearing a
is-
gas mask. And Risaki's right there. Yep.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. That slut.
The girl on the left also shows up in the background of
Risaki is
37.
the hero.
She
No.
goes into porn.
Details.
She's a whore.
It takes a special kind of person to do that to somebody on their wedding night.
Can't spell whore without a hero.
That guy's name was Rotel.
Rodell.
Waddle.
The tomato guy.
Roddle.
Bueno.
Dude,
They
my
should just
companion
say their
is
name like
Rotel
Pokemon.
and Hunts.
So is this scene just to portray CJ as a super good guy?
Well,
Refusing to-
what it's supposed to be is this is where shit gets real for CJ, right? Like 15 is a very personal thing, but no one really gets harmed. You know, it's all good. This is where the scale of the plot expands dramatically, and he's
Where
coming to
people's lives
terms
are
with
in
the
play.
fact that like all of this shit has actual consequences. You know, he's as Chad as he is, he's still inexperienced. He's been remember, it's been about a week.
He's still a teenager.
Yeah,
I mean,
and now he's dealing with, possibly
world on his shoulders.
yeah, hundreds of thousands of
He's what,
lives
18,
and
19 here?
All right, here's a
yeah, he's 18. He
here's a
turned
real
18
deep
week
question
ago.
for you.
Well, yeah, you're jumping from saving one person to seeing 100,000 already dead.
Yeah, dead already. It's kind of
Yeah,
fucking with
but
him.
they don't matter because they're Swedish.
That's true. That's what I said.
Sorry,
are
someone
those-
said they had a question.
Yeah, are Crow's ears or her fox ears, are they real? Are they like a second set of ears, or are those decorative?
I don't think even she would know. She is that red ball. That's what she is. She can just take on a form to appear like however she wants.
That's why her boobs get bigger.
I see the ears right there.
They
Yeah,
never
they're
move.
there.
That's why I'm
Yeah,
wondering.
they're there.
Actually, there's a correct answer, and he's not saying it.
They're there so you can touch the fluff, and that's it.
It doesn't listen like we humans do.
I believe there's a. I think I left this in. And I think people were gracious enough to think like, oh, that's just wacky story on being funny. And I think it's actually a translation note that I never bothered updating.
Pretty sure it's still there.
I guess I'm never gonna. Oh, that's animated. They
And,
do their awaken my masters.
Nah, Phantom Man has a question.
Which
chapter? Oh, you can. read it.
Which chapter render-wise gave you the most lessons? This one, in terms of map building, and probably 29 in terms of actual like effects. Although 37 was, I try to make stuff better as I go along. I'm kind of falling behind the curve in terms of visuals compared to what Koi's capable of these days. But usually the end of arc stuff is when I get to try harder and go a little further. So I like to think 22, then 29, then 37 are getting better, each and every one of them. Oh, this is longer. Although, granted, if you take out that middle section with all the dialogue in 22, 37's longer. Like 37 doesn't have that part. It has more like real action renders. So in a way, 37 was probably more effort.
Since you just brought it up as well, how much better do you think Koi has gone since you started?
I mean, God, just look at Tickle. Do you wanna Bogart here? You can post some of your stuff, like what you can actually do. With
No,
Koi.
I'm good.
Okay, like you can do some very, very impressive things with Koi, which I
Oh, sure, I'll Bogart.
But is it like
one laying around?
things in the game, more like the character
Probably more
creation that
mods,
changed?
I would
Or-
think.
Well,
yeah, the mods.
there's mods, there's lighting stuff, there's imports for shadows and colored shadows, like things like that. Like there's a lot of tech you can use now that look at that. Like he's doing a great job. That is Koi.
That's not Koi.
That is Koi. I don't even think there's
Holy
much
shit.
Photoshop in that one. And that's what I was saying before, right? Like I do a lot of renders for a chapter, but that isn't a mark of quality necessarily. Like you can put equal amounts of effort into something and get amazing looking CGs. And if that's how you're doing it, that's how you're doing it. That's perfectly valid.
What are they doing, Tickle?
They're not making babies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Insert masculine Swedish name here. That's Storyanon. He's making a joke, right? Storyanon was very tired making this script.
And just never added it.
Yeah. Because remember, I made all these renders, then I did the script in like
You could have just
3
added
days.
Sven or something.
I should have. And now it's too late. Now it's
Now
part of
it's just a joke.
It's part of the OoT lore. Alan taking the reasonable approach, like let's get out of here. No.
Well, yeah, Rodell is objectively wrong in this position.
But he's also
From a
good
utilitarian
guy.
standpoint, Rodell is completely wrong. But it's not the point.
From the egalitarian
It's
viewpoint,
the
he is
optimism. It's the optimism versus utilitarianism theme.
Point of view, it's a responsibility.
It's a responsibility.
Rodell wants to
From my
show
point
off.
of view, the Jedi are evil.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean,
Grandpa's right, so they're all wrong in this case. Like Grandpa literally did nothing wrong. Like I don't know what's going on.
Grandpa did a
He
lot
just
of
killed like
things wrong.
hundreds of thousands of people.
That's fine.
Sold out his own
Gotta
maids
crack
as sex
Grandpa
slaves.
had a lot of solutions, but I think his final solution was probably his best.
Oh no!
oh, did we really go there?
Oh dear.
Oops, all Fire Emblem.
Oh no! It's a Bretonian.
Yeah. I got that 6-up ward. Blessing of the Lady.
Oh, the lady.
Immediately just gets narked. Boom. I liked the shot.
That's a good shot right there, and that one too.
And I had to make them all in one go. I couldn't save none of this. I had to leave my stupid computer on the whole time. Because as soon as I closed Studio or it crashed, this was gone.
Oh, that's fucking awful.
Who turns their computer off these days?
That's a good point.
I just turn my screen off and leave it running.
I don't have to use my heater.
I have to use my air conditioner in the wintertime.
See, this is where you really go. This is where you make the fan favorite. Like, Crow is always right.
Yep. Crow
That
is
little old mouth is.
Except when
Look
she
at
isn't.
with those dick sucking lips. Yeah.
Yep. She's always right,
That's
except when
the
she
wrong
isn't.
sticker. Here we
Except
go.
when she's completely wrong. The one time CJ does like the Pokemon thing and like tells her what to do.
I
Sure,
thought this
use
was funny
headbutt.
because it looks like CJ's hesitating and Sarah's telling him to hold back, and suddenly I guess she just goes before he says anything.
Well, remember,
She
she
can lead him.
feels what he feels, so when he has a change of mind, she kind of gets it too.
We're in sync.
He just pieces out.
Risaki with a gas mask.
Buried.
Punch Allen button when? A while. When is Risaki coming back? Risaki is in 38. You know what? I'll just push Risaki.
He's
Where are
also in Tropicali. Fun fact.
And are we actually going to have Rodell as part of the battle for this this scene?
He might give a buff or like do an extra attack, but he won't be a party member.
He's going to be a green unit from Fire Emblem.
So more like a guest combat character from various Dragon Quest games.
We'll see.
That scene made me upset when you posted there.
Oh, that one?
Yeah.
Well, you don't like what? Well, she's happy. What are you talking
She just
killed the child.
He was just nervous before his wedding, that's all.
CJ saying he has the heart in his harem cards. I don't know.
I like this kind of story where it's like two good guys fighting against each other. It's really nice.
Seeing Grandpa.
Like two anti-heroes. They're
But
both
that's the idea, right? Like that's what makes it compelling. I don't know. I don't think it would be fun if you were just fighting someone who's like, I want to just destroy the world. Yeah, like Grandpa's a compelling villain to write because on some level he's correct, but we just don't agree with his ideology or his methods or whatever you want to get.
Didn't we talk
Weird
about this kind of
pixely
stuff
face.
last night?
Yes,
We did, actually.
and I think I have like the opposite. I had like the opposite standpoint. It's like Kefka would be a fun character, but I don't think he's necessarily a good final protagonist or antagonist for a game like OoT.
Oh, I didn't say he was a good.
Yeah, you said for
antagonist a
6.
game.
You said for Final
just-
Fantasy, which is fair.
I specifically said that he's a good villain in the context of villainy. I don't know that it applies to a video game. I mean, the Final Fantasy series as a whole has better story development across villains.
Ha! Yes, Matoy, I made you submissive and breedable.
Yes, Mato, you are built different.
Matoy, the Tyler 1 of maids.
Short.
I don't know about you guys. I find silhouettes in fog or like in dark areas like super fucking spooky. So like this shot,
I find it
always
cool.
gets to me.
Slenderman.
Fucking Grandpa. You. He's floating.
On purpose this time.
But he's... And there's the creepy ass music.
Did he just say Hail Hytale?
Why does he have a face
hello.
here?
No,
I've
I-
always
I-
wondered.
He
Yeah,
could
why does he
just,
have a face?
So he'll pretend. He can pretend to look human, but when he gets mad,
Got
it
it.
breaks.
Okay.
And he becomes the shadow thing.
Yep. And some people can see it. Jamie's mom could always see it. If Teresa saw it, it would look messed up.
He looks kind of familiar.
Yeah, see? Yeah, Bridget can notice.
This isn't even his final form.
After all
And
done,
it goes
futilely
super
threatening
strong.
violence, insulting my parents. Listen, fuckface. Finally, CJ talking like the Chad he always should be.
Yeah, exactly. The most Chad line he's ever said.
Charming. What did you do to yourself? I hoped Anon didn't have the balls to kill Jamie. Jamie's like the main character.
They're all the
You're
main
not going to kill her off
Much
22% of the way through the game.
She has to die at least once for character development.
It's the main
Work
character.
for Vic.
Much to the disappointment of F95.
Mommy can't.
That was a nice
without him.
transition. That was a cool fucking transition. You should play it.
He did it. He took CJ. Oh.
And Sarah loses her shit.
And then you have to do a fight scene without him.
I kind of think it feels like you have to do the fight scene without Sarah. She's like not there anymore.
Yeah, pretty much. She's kind of just panicking. Yeah.
I had the mental break tap the game now.
At least, hopefully Anon won't ever kill Sarah a la Final Fantasy VII. Let's murder your one healer. Fuck you.
Oh, and these
10-foot
scenes.
sword through her back.
And these scenes clearly don't happen in order. He goes away to go do that, which you just saw.
And this is Matoy while he's gone.
Okay. Mommy.
Mommy, take this.
It's kind of a bummer.
This was actually really sad when I first read it. I was just like, oh my god.
I kept expecting her to flick Matoya off for some reason. Something about the way the hand went up. I'm like, is she just gonna shoot her a bird? Is that what's gonna happen?
Ah, yes, CJ. What an absurd name. Yeah. We want to know how he got it. A reference to like a year from now, at least.
Oh god, that's foreshadow. Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Fuck you or not.
You're welcome.
I always wonder how many times I'm gonna need to replay this game just to get half the references.
I am gonna wait till chapter 100 to do a full fucking replay and just be like, ah, I see now.
Oh, that thing in
thing
chapter
from-
90 makes complete sense now. I am playing the long con on that one. Oh, Kaz is gone. I did a game with Kaz where I promised I'd buy him Nitro if he could successfully guess, like get in the ballpark of the chapter 50 or the chapter 90 twist.
Didn't even get it in the same state.
Fucked it up.
He tried for like 3 months.
Holy shit.
He's so trash.
And he was wrong with every try?
He was completely off.
Who deleted this shit post?
I liked it.
See, I thought this was... I like this one. Except you look at his teeth, which are pixelized, and it looks like he has a tiny little happy face.
just
I like the
Like a
little light
gremlin.
coming through his nose, just a little beam.
So happy to be here.
Man, it sure seems like everything he's talking about is completely relevant and will only become more relevant later.
Yeah.
It's almost like Grandpa's right all the time, always, ever.
He's always right,
he was
but he's
never
still
wrong.
a dick. Kind of like Virgil.
Kind of like CJ.
Will you be quiet? Your comments are no longer useful.
So this is her basically trying to reject Tukiko, right?
Oh shit.
And
Well-
merging.
Yeah, this is her becoming that, although it's,
Yeah.
I'm not sure even Grandpa had quite an idea of what was going to happen. Although...
Granddaughter was
it's
going
pretty
to turn into a
close to
moon.
I think he had an expectation that she'd be a lot stronger at first.
Maybe a little more obedient.
That part too. Although, granted, if she took all of this, she probably would have been stronger, not obedient. Eyes. stop their plan before it even realizes what it is.
Yes.
Who even does that? It's weird to think she always had a mouth. You just can't see it normally.
Oh yeah, shit.
Oh,
the toy, do the thing.
My
Do the thing,
co-writer,
Toy.
my co-writer is entered. She is on top of my desk. Hello.
Make her meow.
Meow. Meow.
Cat's the real genius behind this project.
Meow for me.
Cat on the mic.
It's like a Catatouille situation. She just sits on his head and controls him.
Are you gonna sit on my mouse? You're gonna sit on my mouse.
It's the perfect spot.
Mm-hmm.
There, just every shot of Karen just has to have her 2 head wide ass somewhere in it.
Good.
I
Unbelievably thick
I.
thighs.
It seems like that's your intro shot. It's like, okay, now we're changing screens.
Yeah. I go from the bottom up a lot. I'm a hack. Student film, fucking.
There's nothing wrong with knowing what you like. I mean,
I was saying that when I was playing recently. I was like, Anon, I think I've seen this same exact kind of shot 12 times in the same chapter.
Myrna fucking dies.
She's just dead.
I can't believe Myrna's fucking dead.
God.
Fucking
Oh, I guess
bro.
now
She was
she
the best
now
whore.
yeah I get now she's a hooker because she's dead.
Yeah.
She's not an escort anymore.
Yeah.
He's fulfilled her prophecy.
The close-ups of the mask when they're on her hip look so fucking weird.
They are kind of weird. Fred Knott's not the worst pain I've ever felt. I wonder what that could have been.
You meant emotional, right?
Emotional pain.
No.
It's not like he can fire me. Ugh.
Myrna, you're fired.
He is wearing suspenders. It makes me want to listen to him.
Oh, we got that. We imported in this crater. Now you finally see it.
oh, yeah, I remember that was a lot of work.
If they can all fly, what's the point of the wings?
It's all just decorative, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
The one with the wings can fly elsewhere.
Oh.
She can fly outside of in normal circumstances.
Freaking elk calls.
It did sound like an elk, didn't it?
It is an alcohol.
Is it?
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
Oh.
Why is Bridget fairy sized? Please look forward to it.
You felt like it. It's just that.
Wait, these are all fairies.
Time to reveal my true
Aren't they
self.
fairy sized?
Yeah, the ones with bodies are people sized sometimes.
Oh no.
So we need a Zenkai boost, right? Someone needs to die here.
The new Anya
This-
theme. New
Yeah, this song always reminded me of that last scene in Gladiator.
Oh, the Enya
Is
song
it,
playing.
is it the combat theme?
No, this scene here.
You gotta wait for the drums. It's combat.
You know, be mad if we went to heaven. It was just like a cornfield.
Oh shit, my wife's here, and that little bastard.
Remember that
God.
traditional.
He's not even mine.
Traditional Roman Italian corn.
I think it was weed.
Are we gonna get any more awesome character title cards like this?
Yes.
This is
Oh,
so
that's
Persona.
right. There it goes. And then she's OP.
Shadow. That's what it is. Shadow Warrior. He wears the same mask on his head like that. Dragon whore.
More like dragging my whore.
Oh.
Better.
Dragging these nuts.
Dragging these nuts on my whore.
As I can. Watch me do it.
Oh, isn't this exquisite?
Ooh. Ass.
he hears the shit poster behind him and loses his cool. The one person who ever got under his skin. Our favorite bitch.
The only color in this world.
Such a good track.
I think my favorite part about this scene is the fact that the conflict is really just a proxy war between Crow and Grandpa.
In a way, yeah. Also, someone has asked, why does Crow appear with her body? It is for you, the readers' sake. That's it. She does not have her body at this point.
Also, None gets the dopamine chemicals every time he gets the.
Every time I get to see her looking smug, oh my god. Oh. This is why I make this game.
Better than heroin.
Absolutely.
And I got to upgrade her. Look, he's dying. Kay's crying, and she's just laughing it up, absolutely laughing it up. And it does it. I didn't cut that right, where she pretends to cry, like she mocks her.
No, you didn't cut that. I remember. Such a bitch.
Such a fucking cunt. God, I love her.
My heart. I loved her.
But not quite. She wasn't quite correct here though. Kind of fucked that one up.
Did you get for showboating?
Yep. And look, he doesn't say anything. He just tries to fucking. Was it Frieza?
Laser beam.
Yeah, was it Frieza who does this? The finger laser? Yeah.
Yeah. I guess. No, well, Piccolo has something.
Or is
like
it Piccolo
that too,
does that?
Yeah, Piccolo has
You
something
just
like
called
that.
out finger blast.
The finger banger.
Piccolo is like the Psyshock.
Did you explain the plot logic behind Grandpa's black and white face? He, as a spirit, is super fucked up. He has corrupted himself really badly, so he can only pretend to look human anymore.
Do you have autosave on?
Yeah, we have autosave,
Okay.
and I am going to talk to NB about possibly changing when it shows up on screen. Because it kind of bothering me. That is a new feature, though. We do have autosave, by the way. So
Okay, I did.
See that? Isn't that cool? Finally got that too. If you hit this button down here, it opens your save folder, so you can get them really easily.
Oh. Nice.
Yeah, nice.
Isn't it
lots of-
ironic that?
Oh, go ahead.
Isn't it ironic that the character with the most screen time in this chapter is corrupted, which also happens to be the chapter where your shit got corrupted?
Oh. Grandpa strikes back.
Oh, he got me.
He's actually meta, bro.
I mean,
Can
I
you
totally.
say it slower and slowly turn your head to me as you're explaining it? Isn't it ironic?
Isn't it?
Don't you think?
I like that he dropped.
Can you put one of, like those goofy cartoon noises of like him slipping?
Yeah, like the Space Station 13, like slipping on a puddle sound effect.
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop,
Yeah,
whoop,
exactly.
whoop. Right out the airlock. I get a lot of mileage out of this. Like, how long is this cut for this song? Like 25 seconds? 30 seconds? It's uncomfortable.
It looks well.
Oh, I love this. Crow gets to say it how it is. that black-haired rapist, her two-faced sycophant, that pathetic maternal stand-in, and my short little backup plan. Fuck them. Just pulling out all the guns.
I like how she's insulting
them
people.
Seems like a really good way to convince CJ to do shit.
Look, Crow, here's the thing. Here's the problem with Crow. Crow's not good at lying. If Crow was better at lying, she'd be better at manipulating people, but she's not. Matoy, do the thing I've been foreshadowing for like 30 minutes now.
Give her the D.
About to say,
Finally.
unless you're in an actual Edge game, in which case you're like, oh shit.
And look, we have you have to press it. It has the crown.
Only one button.
What if you hit the
There is
escape
no
button?
other choice.
Get around it, man.
You hit the button, and then CJ says, in long enough turns, he says no. There's no choice. No
Fuck it.
choice, huh? Literally just starts looking at the camera.
Yeah. Seinfeld theme starts playing.
You hear the ocean.
I'm so
For the
mad
beach.
I'm gonna make this scene color.
Yep,
I
that's
love
what he
that
does.
he's
He
the
brings
only
color
one
back.
That can bring color.
He
to
does
it.
that a lot. The holy Chad power is to have a bunch of colors. Also, I should have turned off see-through hair on Crow
Right
Guy.
between his eye.
I should have turned that one off.
Yeah.
No.
It does add to the insanity. She looked insane.
I mean,
That's good.
yes, I totally meant to do that. Fuck this.
So true.
Fuck this! I'm getting color back in our life.
Yeah.
You did it. You removed racism.
Oh, God.
I got so hyped at this moment.
Oh, this is so great.
It's such a good moment.
What did you do? Yeah, see? When he gets mad, the illusion breaks.
Doesn't he have a lazy eye in that scene? In that shot?
It's
Just a
the
bit.
way the eyes automatically move. It's for when the eyes are full sized, it would look right, but when you scale them down, it won't look right anymore. So
Give him
yeah,
stink eye.
Like that good shit.
maybe I'm not normal. Maybe I'm not even fucking human. And I'm gonna copy that Guts quote, sort of.
Did you say you can fuck me all you want?
You can fuck with me all you want.
Okay.
Although, granted, he does a lot of that too.
You just read what you wanted to.
Yes.
There you go.
Hey, he said the thing. Say the line, Bart.
Yay! Well, why does Jamie get surprised later on?
There you go.
even
That's
though
fully
she's already
broken.
heard This line?
Sorry, what can you say that again?
So Jamie gets very surprised later on when they're trying to get in. When he has his name for Eleazar, when he's trying to get in, and he pulls out his name, like his full true name, and then Jamie gets surprised again. Like,
She's
already
not
heard
she's
his
not
name.
exactly in her right state of mind.
Is she ever though?
I mean, she literally starts dying in the next 15 seconds.
She just got mind broken by Grandpa and CJ collectively.
Yeah. She thought she would have to.
Me just
picture.
me just
Oh.
making this
Oh,
utterly
that
obvious.
kind of game.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that they look identical. Also, I put a lot of effort into fucking his face up for this.
That's
Oh,
such
absolutely.
a good punch.
That's a hefty chunker.
Just a fucking haymaker thrown.
And Crow's smug as always.
Not wanting to be there.
Hearing you seethe.
God, I love Crow.
He's actually just mauled and seethed harder.
Crow, my beloved.
Crow, my beloved.
Do you have a picture of her on your bedside table?
Just looks like that.
Oh, that's the best face.
What a cunt.
This song, I always imagine someone with like a Jew harp just going to town.
A Jew
harp?
Jew
That's what
harp?
they're called. You put them in your mouth and you.
A jaw harp.
It's called
No,
Jew
it's
harp.
Jew harp. It's Jew
Yeah,
harp or
it's
jaw
really-
harp.
it's
Yeah,
really
Jew harp
okay.
is the term for it.
Oh.
Thank you,
Pickle
Tickle.
Thank you, Katsu. That's what I needed.
Yep.
Also known as Jew's harp. Yeah, wow, what the fuck?
But why? Why'd it have to be Jewish?
Yeah,
The word-
yeah. Now who looks uncultured?
The word Jew is not necessarily an
You know
insult. Just saying.
Do you know what server you're in?
God. Hey, we only removed racism, not anti-Semitism. Let's calm it down,
no.
guys.
Yeah, he's right.
Oh no.
We have to wait for CJ to do that. What's that? Chapter 70.
This is where Anon realizes he can't upload this. No.
No, we're 2
You
hours
just-
in. We're fine.
Just has to edit the fuck out of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say we just need to clean it up and post. That's what everybody else does.
I think this
You wanna
recording
fill your
is,
dark soul with light?
I think this is
That's what I
merely
was
10 gigabytes right now. So we're doing okay.
Not too bad.
A mere 10 gigabytes.
No, the recording of tonight.
Oh, yeah.
From OBS. It's like what? It's 6 right now?
Just short of 7.
Just her 7. Okay.
It'll shrink a little bit when we alter combat.
It's cold
by, like,
outside, okay?
It goes outside, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Melodrama. Oh. This character we just introduced, we're gonna totally kill her off, right?
Best time to do it.
Well,
Gotta
that's the
work
thing.
real
right?
hard to make you cry about it.
Yeah. Oh no, she had the biggest tits. No. Actually, Mayo has bigger tits. She has the smallest of the 3.
still remember reading this the first time. It was so exhausted. We were still working on cleaning up parts of combat, and I'd been working on it for weeks. And Anon's just like, "You're gonna stop working on that today and spend all day reading this new chapter I wrote."
All day? Yeah, all day.
Yeah, it literally. And I was like, "Wait, like, how long is this gonna take?" And he's like, "I don't know. It took me 4 hours to proofread." And I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about how long it
That's
took me to
about
go
right,
through it
yeah.
too.
I mean, I've been just clicking through it, and it's been an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah, it was so exhausting.
It's emotionally exhausting playing through it the first time.
And
Yeah,
then
like,
you
I was
get
already tired.
You get that massive exposition dump in 23. I learned my lesson on that one. I learned my lesson.
Which one was 23?
It's the one where they sit around talking in the dorm room for a shit ton of time.
Oh, that was the
Yeah.
one. Oh, right.
I learned to put.
I think I was drunk when I was playing that.
I learned to put that stuff on top of porn scenes.
Oh, let's see.
Thank
What
you.
is my greatest accomplishment from working on this game? That's
The friends you made along the way.
Yeah.
I honestly I don't think there's anything so much specific about the game itself. I think it's more just that I learned a lot that I didn't already know about the profession I had chosen to get into by working on this. Like it's one thing to know a lot about programming in general and have an idea of a lot of the things that go into video game design, and it's an entirely other thing when you start doing it and all the little things that you don't really think about come crawling out of the word work, all the little hiccups along the way, and the time you spend researching and learning new things.
The Evangelion shot here.
It's Tsukiko.
Title card is baller.
I love how she starts talking down to him here.
Yay.
The end of despair. Such a
Is
cool
she ever
title.
gonna get a? Is she ever gonna get another character card?
No,
Like she's
I have
gonna
to
be the last
finalize
boss.
it. I have to finalize her design because we're gonna make her pixel art, and making new pixel art would be like $500 every time she got a redesign. So, not doing that. we're sticking to one from
We'll
now
do
on. Assemble our Tsukiko Voltron. Yeah, that's right.
She got them cataracts.
Yeah, Phantom Man. It's something to keep in mind is it's not just one. It's not just one animation. Like we have idols and all the various attack animations and everything for each character, and they're not cheap. They do add up pretty quick.
Yeah, it does. It fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Right here, you can see the difference in gene mods between not having and having.
Yeah. So the idea for this boss fight is that Grandpa's trying to get MP from those half-soul monsters that come around, and he takes those and puts it into the portal to try and make it explode. And what you have to do is take the MP from those monsters first with Tsukiko, well, Jamie in this, before he can. That's how you win. So it's thematic, right? It's gameplay that's showing you more about how this stuff's working.
God damn it, ASMR.
We have to put our man CJ in it. Yep. See, he gets it.
That's.
Damn, she got hands.
Boom.
Kieran gets flicked so often.
Yep. She's the HP tank.
And not in the fun way of flicking.
Oh.
Oh.
No one's allowed to look badass in this fight scene.
Oh.
Emotional damage.
Ah, anxiety attack.
Is the shadow toner this?
Sorry?
Or she's just hearing it? Where's this coming from? It's all
She gets grabbed by that. That's what she's feeling.
Oh, I get the feeling.
Let me summon my maid, my limit break.
Do you hear that, CJ? That's the synth.
The source of your power.
There she is. You can even see her down there.
The mood.
I need my big titty goth maid, GF. Short stack.
God, I love Matoi.
I really do, actually.
Her sisters are cooler.
Hey, Anon, I got a dumb question.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
You know, you got all like these like lasers and superpowers and stuff.
Yeah.
Can they take like an actual bullet? Like if someone just brought like a handgun and shot, like just had that in combat, like.
Well, she
would,
does.
Would that
one of
do
them,
them in?
One does have a gun. So it'll depend on the context. Here on the other side, they're all projections for CJ. That's why in combat, characters can get KO'd, and they basically get kicked out of the Discord server or the combat arena, and then CJ or Jamie can spend MP to summon them back. So they're never in any real danger. Physical danger. They're in emotional danger, which is pretty bad. There specifically. CJ on the other side and Jamie on the other side have protective elements. Like CJ, when he gets hit, he loses 1 MP instead of taking damage. So if he had that, he could survive pretty well. In real life, I want that to be a little more vague, because right now they're not, they don't really use their powers in real life, and they're probably not super capable of using them in real life yet. But if they do, there's consequences for the rest of the world around them. So it's a depends kind of question, but it's not a stupid question. Does Matoi get that form again ever? Yes. This is Jamie's limit break. She summons Matoi. So actually, you'll be able to summon Matoi for any fight with Jamie.
Oh!
Yeah.
Okay.
What Matoi does is she attacks MP and makes it explode. So she will hit... So Jamie can take MP, and whatever MP she doesn't take, or on some other enemy, Matoi can go up, attack... It's like Anti-Mage from Dodo, if you've ever played Dodo. She'll make the MP explode, and that does damage.
Fuck your mana.
I want to limit break all over Matoi. See, he gets it. So can CJ survive a school shooter? Yes, with the power of friendship.
And this gun.
And a hot anime base.
And this gun I found.
Why does that always work?
It always works.
It just fits so
He
well.
is the school shooter because he's American.
No, it was the school shooter all along.
The designated shooter.
Yeah.
The real school shooter was the friend.
You'll need one.
Oh no!
You'll never see this coming. What if I just do the exact same thing I just did?
Probably the best way to use CJ's power. Just make him repeat stuff he's already done.
Do it again.
That's what
He just
support
does it
characters
better.
are supposed to do.
At least this time he did it on purpose.
Oh, inconvenience.
So
I always like this one. He gets
see
hit,
it coming.
gets hit with that's Crow's one of Crow's attacks that Kieran can do. Oh dear.
Yeah, those are the chains that were
Another
holding up
one.
Kieran. And
Yeah.
Something
Uh-huh.
I really like
Yup.
about this scene is all of this color scaled thing. It looks like you have clouds in the background or something, but that's just that crater.
Yeah, it is the
yeah,
crater.
they're in the crater.
Yep.
It's just so cool looking.
Do you get a game over if CJ or Jamie falls in battle? Yes, if either one of them reach 0 HP, it's game over.
When your saves wipe.
I hope saves wipe. Get ready to read the entire narrative once again.
That's how it works in real life.
Man, Matoi looks like Crow almost here.
Wow, it really makes you think, huh?
Makes you think.
They're all
Also,
made by
that's
the
the
same
thing.
person.
You can't hit Grandpa, but you can hit Mommy. Mommy won't dodge from a toy.
Oh.
And she's smiling.
Yeah?
You could almost see that smile. Almost.
No?
Flashbang.
Give her a hug.
Test of your
A test of your reflexes.
Discord light team, do you like?
Damn, it's fucked up. Imagine punching someone and then, oh, it's your mom.
What if I kill you? Your mom. What? Your mom.
Oh no.
I don't know. I kicked my dad in the nuts once, so I think that's pretty similar.
I want to do that.
Yeah, that's basically the same thing as this. Honestly.
Emotional, damn it.
There, you tore her heart out, Matoi. Good job. Good job.
God damn, Matoi
Did
has
well.
some fingernails on her.
She does.
Convenient that it's so heart-shaped.
She's got them coke nails.
Yeah, that's not a real heart.
Hey, look
like a
what
Zelda
happens.
heart.
Well, look what happens when you leave transparent backgrounds on and then put effects. Shit fucks up. I didn't do that on purpose. Hey, there's background again. Oh, great.
Oops.
I mean, I did that on purpose.
Oopsie
I totally did that
doopsie.
on purpose. This is a big running thing too, with again, kind of cycling back to that, like their violence isn't necessarily rewarding, or the answer is that nobody in this can really kill each other. Like you could fight forever, but you know,
Violence may not be the answer, but goddamn, does it feel good?
Yeah, it's true sometimes.
That's why this game is all about sex and violence.
Thank you, Kieran.
Also, this is the name of a song in Everywhere at the End of Time.
Place in the World Faded Away.
Yep, I think that's the last song.
It sounds like the end song for an
Oh,
album.
the end song is just static.
No, not the end.
Not the end?
No, the 2 hours leading up to the end is basically just static.
Yeah, that's why I stopped.
Fucking casual.
Dude, I was doing just that, just looking at it and listening. I was like, This goes on for a while.
Hey, look! Hey, look! During this transparent background, great. Looks awesome. Good job. Good job. Story.
Yeah, it's intentional.
Yeah, I totally meant to do this.
Yeah.
Thank you, Anon.
It looks fine.
Just rubbing it in. Just no subtlety in OoT. None. Cobra Kai, sweep the leg. No mercy.
It's pronounced subtle.
Subtle.
With a hard B. Make sure you understand just how subtle it is.
Just how the word dummy has a B in it for some reason.
It's just
Gumie. Oh, he fades away. There he goes. Hello, slutty me and slutty maid. Repressed slutty maid. Sorry.
Yeah, I was about to say she's the least of the slutty maids.
She pretends otherwise. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask about the other two.
Uh
huh.
They're
Will
more
they
fun.
be? Will they be? Yeah, doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's all I need to know. I had a feeling, but you know, you gotta ask these questions.
Middle school pervert chuckle.
literally Jamie saying goodbye to the voice in her head. Like, oh no, I'm taking my pills. Goodbye, Mizzy. Does Mizzy have fangs? They all have fangs.
Episode or chapter 100. CJ wakes up in the hospital and is told that he was having a schizophrenic breakdown.
I hate
that trope so much.
That's all I was. Splattered brains with the press widower on the alley
It's
page.
schizophrenia.
It was all in their head.
Oh no, the real friends are the voices we made along the way. Like,
So true.
backwards. That's backwards.
Oh.
I also need to change this because all 18 years, she's 19. Fuck.
Oh, she's 19?
Yeah. If you haven't caught on, OoT is secretly the older sister fetish game. Except Ashley. Duh.
I thought you were just being extra careful. They weren't under 18.
Gotta have at least one emoto.
He has every flavor of older sister imaginable.
I'm gonna say Sarah's technically a younger sister, right?
Sarah is the oldest older sister.
in life age, yeah, but like her physically, she's younger than him.
Physically, I don't even know how to answer that.
You're using that old anime trope. Actually,
Technically,
she's a
she's a
2,000-year-old
yeah.
fairy.
Physically, it's a crime.
It's not.
So, Anon, by the way, it's the first song of chapter 3, the one that plays with Grandpa.
Okay, I knew it was volume 3. Had to be. She wears that cute little hat.
Mm-hmm.
This is where he first saw her as a girl in chapter 9.
As a woman?
That's a woman. Or a femboy, depending if we ever get that patch.
Off of the money reach there?
Yeah. Give me the 10k already.
I want a list of everyone who downloads that patch.
All you gotta do is just Photoshop a bulge in all of them and you're golden. Easy day.
What you don't know is that if that happens, that patch is going to be the main game, and the patch will be to undo it.
Oh, God.
Unpatch.
If you want female Jamie back, you have to give me the 15k.
Yeah.
It's just back and forth every 5k.
Sounds good to me. I could definitely use the money.
CJ coming to terms with him being gay. I've been feeling funny around you the last week. Talk more than talk. Just two bros hanging out in heaven 6 feet apart because we're not gay.
Oh God, you're a girl. Thank God. That makes these feelings natural.
God.
Finally. Oh, finally. The best line. The best line.
Like, boys.
Okay, this one's pretty good. This is the second best line.
I love your.
You
your
don't
words
have
for
a
penis.
wee.
She's just cute. This best line.
Fun fact, I think. What's the 200? Lightning Rooster Thundercock? Which one's that?
Thundercock. 200.
Yeah, the Thundercock roll came about because Sarah said pee-pee.
Oh.
Why did you lie to me about it? Ugh.
I saw that Sarah said, I want to. Can he put his pee-pee in you? And I wanted to give him more money, so he made a $200 roll, and I gave him more money.
It's hard to argue with.
It's good. It's good stuff.
Oh, the hug. Finally. Oh, but he has to go back the normal way. Go fuck yourself for not showing the kiss in its full glory and having Vic to fucking ruin it. Well, you know, that's how it goes.
Not a question.
I have a question. Go fuck yourself.
Oh yeah, that part. Forgot about that part.
And that's the end of 22. No, not the end of 22. Sorry.
I was about to say fuck you if you ended it there. I don't remember you ending it there.
Yeah,
I thought
it's
of a name
when
for her too.
Well, if you're looking for a chapter title card, you don't find one until 24, so you don't actually know when 22 ends.
And I think the title card for 23 is in the files. I just never used it. Oh, my little dolly shot here. Zoom in. Zoom in.
This is pretty good.
Zoom in. Oh, she gets retconned in. There she is.
It's like Back to the Future, too.
Yep. That's right.
1, 2, yeah, 2.
It's like there was a suspicious space there. And now she filled
Nobody
it.
wanted to sit next to Jamie.
In the
well.
preview build that I had to play through, he didn't put the very last frame in. It just stopped with the the blank space.
Okay,
What the
it is
fuck
now
this?
23.
Here come them boobies.
Nope. Nope. We're not.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
No, that's right. God dang it.
Nope, no
Oh,
boobies.
snap.
Alright, I am going to go to the bathroom again. That
You're
was an hour and a half. And then I'll be back. I don't know what you guys feel like doing. I can do 37 if you feel like. It's the newest.
from Sheila.
38.
So when do we get the jerk circle with the boys?
This is it. You better start believing in circle jerks. You're in one.
I mean, too many people are muted for this.
I would hope.
Maybe it's already happening and we just don't know.
They're trying to
I
keep
think we
their
have
voices
enough.
down for you.
They're screamers.
I will be back.
Quick, while he's gone, talk a whole lot of shit.
Oh, that
He's
guy.
a bitch.
It smells
God,
so
I
bad.
love Storia Non.
He smells terrible.
Loser.
Like, he put on deodorant.
He smells
I've never heard
terrible.
of Dude. I've never heard of deodorant in his life.
Wow. It said talk shit, not like be straight up rude. Wow.
Have you seen the way he walks? It's weird.
Yeah, it's like he has a limp, but like he's trying to. Oh, did you see he bought the same dress as me? What a fucking whore.
One of us has got to change.
Her shit ain't gonna be me. I was there first. Is that what women do?
Good night.
Yeah, this song fucking slaps.
What's that?
This song slaps. I like it.
Yeah, it does.
Like, I listen to it a lot, but it's just... It makes really good fucking pause music.
With or without the singer? I don't think that's the instrumental on YouTube, no?
No, I don't think
I
so.
don't know. This is actually 2 songs though. There's an intro version and a version that's timed to loop. That one plays into the other. And nobody noticed it for the longest time, but the loop part never actually played for like ever. It should now, but it didn't used to.
Yep. I noticed, but I didn't really mind.
Yeah. It did for a little while, like the very first iteration I had, and then as I was fix other problems with music, I broke that. So, oops.
How could you?
Quite easily.
Think of the continuity.
How was your day, Bubba?
What's your favorite Janny doing?
Oh, it was horrible today.
Bubba, did
I
you
almost.
finish your game yet?
I'm on break now.
Are you?
I put out the early release. Yes.
Did you
Fuck yeah.
finish? Did you finish your request renders last night?
I did. I only had 3.
Good. When's the next chapter?
I'll be beginning on that on Friday.
Okay, so like 3 days and I can start harassing you again. Got it.
Yeah. Anon said that I have to take a break, so.
Well, yeah, it's important. You'll burn out if you don't.
Yeah. You don't want to end up like certain devs.
Yeah, like that asshole Snow, who's supposed to be doing programming for this game.
Fuck you, Snow.
Yeah, fuck you.
I guess the one thing I am looking at though is that I am looking at how Anon structures his updates a lot more. And I don't know, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, my update literally consisted of 2 scenes and like not very much happened in both of those scenes.
Do you feel inferior yet?
I've always felt inferior. Fuck you.
Okay, I am back.
Don't worry, Bubba, you just need to start doing conveyor belt sex like my new family.
Conveyor belt
Yet another incestuous household.
Welcome back, Anon. We had nothing but bad things to say about you while you were gone.
Well, that's okay. You have nothing but bad things to say about me when I'm here, too.
Some of them were neutral.
Some of them were neutral.
More like
I
passive
have a question
aggressive.
for you. Fuck you. He'll be able to hear all this in the recording when he plays it back.
Oh. Okay.
Somebody gonna go back and edit out all the stinky swear words?
I'm trying to think.
No,
how
he's
much?
gonna edit out all the
How much actual nudity is in 37? Not a
A lot.
I
There's
haven't
a
seen 37 yet.
5.
Oh, you haven't
well,
played it.
there's-
Oh yeah, you haven't played it.
A lot of us haven't.
What should we do it this week?
Oh yeah. I don't know. What do you guys feel like? Do you guys want me to stream another chapter? I'm happy to just hang out too. If you want to just ask questions.
We could do Q&A.
Q&A, sure. Yeah, I'll go with me.
What's the chapter?
Stream 29.
There's a lot of nudity.
Really will be here all night.
There is.
There's a lot.
Did you also record 1 to 22?
I don't think you did.
Record it? No, I skipped from the end of the prologue to 22. I'm still.
No, I know,
recording.
but I mean I meant the last time.
The last time, no, I didn't record that. That's me answering questions for Kaz.
Oh, right.
He tried so hard.
He tried.
Oh, you know what? We should be waiting for Kaz to get back on and just let him like ramble theories.
Yeah,
for
just
now.
let him do it.
Yeah.
Been
It
talking
wouldn't be a bad idea.
Been talking for 4 hours now. Doing all right.
Stream Bubba's game.
Yeah.
Stream Bubba's
game.
Hey, you got early release.
Well,
you do actually have
so
that.
speaking of streams, I actually stream every week. I try to. I stream other visual novels and Western erotic games on. We're doing it Saturdays now, but
okay.
if you want to see my reactions to other people's games and popular games, and hear me have not a very good time usually.
We have
You
a
can-
great time.
Yeah, you guys have a great
Wait,
time.
it's Saturdays now?
Yeah, you said you wanted it on Saturday, so.
Oh, I was waiting to get a confirmation on that.
Yeah, I think I'll just do it
Actually,
Saturday now.
I actually would really like it on Saturdays because I can never make it Friday.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Every fucking Saturday.
What's like
Why
the
didn't you
only?
guys say anything sooner?
I mean,
It's
not
up to
kind of
us.
a recent thing. Like,
part
I
of a
just
bigger-
haven't been able to.
Well, because
like,
it's I work from home, and I usually work
Yeah, I
Friday.
know.
I usually work Friday and Saturday on OoT, so like it's not any different for me. Although
Well, yeah,
I'll have to
I
see.
thought,
uh,
Soccer through Twisted World was probably the highlight of my weekend.
Oh boy, Twisted World. I don't even think that's the most painful one because you get to the open world segment in Twisted World and
so much pain.
it comes to a grinding halt.
Who's the Father was still my favorite.
Who's the Father is still one
Oh,
of the
God.
best streams we've
I've
ever
never
had.
seen you stream that.
Oh, the fucking
It is
his,
so good.
his like infected dick going on that girl's mouth, just
Yeah.
raking it with their teeth.
Yeah, that one. Like
Oh, God.
I've played that on stream twice, start to finish, and I've watched someone else stream it, and I still cannot tell you who's the main character of that game.
Tell you who's the father. Oh, I'm so sad I missed it.
I have an
Well, I
actual
found
food question for you, Anon.
Yes.
Mostly because I'm sure this is something other people might be interested in. What is your rationale for having the side characters that patrons can include in the game?
Well, I wanted to have a lot of side content for OoT in the beginning, and we might very well end up with a fair amount. So I needed pitch ideas, I needed variety, and I felt pretty confident in my card making skills to like make something that people are happy with at least that matches the style of OoT. So I offered up the Lightning Rooster benefit. You know, I'll make you a character, I'll make you a side character, we'll put them in somewhere to get some screens, you know, fun stuff. And that worked out pretty decently. We did have a bit of a different, we took kind of a different tack in terms of side content for OoT. Actually, a lot of the ideas for side content for OoT went into Tropicalia, where it kind of makes a little more sense. But Lightning Rooster stuff I'm still happy to do. It's not too much of a trouble for me, and you know, I like getting everyone involved. Makes it feel like you're a part of the game.
Scooby game.
Yeah, and you look at how like some of those were real winners too. You know, Shayla was a Lightning Rooster character, and
Fuck yeah.
she's
yeah.
fan favorite.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But okay, yeah, about Shayla, right? Is her character, was she like premeditated, or did it just coincide well that what Reedster wanted
It was I had an idea for possibly having a character that Leia interacts with besides the groom, because she wouldn't talk to the groom really.
Yeah.
And then Reedster suggested, what if it's like the groom's sister? I was like, oh, hey,
Intermediary.
that's a great idea.
Wait, that was
Demand writing credit.
Yeah, that's what I suggested.
Yeah, he gave me like a one sentence pitch, and I was like, hey, that's actually a good idea.
The story. So he had a bit of play. Like he could influence it just a little bit.
Yeah, he gave me the pitch, and I was like, hey, that's a great idea, and I just ran with it. I also designed the character so it fit Reedster's eyeballs.
Yes, I appreciate that. If that didn't work, I was going to have her be like part of Ashley's swim team, which would have been like 3 years from now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and my cat is here on. Hello. You're in between me and my microphone. Okay. Here.
Hello, Croissant. I miss
Hello.
you.
Why is your cat named Croissant?
Because it's wonderful.
She curls up like a croissant.
Yeah, dude. And they have a position called loafing.
Croissant.
Well, it's all bread. It's all bread. Let me go get mine.
We didn't even get to penetrate Reedster's daughter, but Leia did.
Several times.
Sadly, CJ only has a dick for goddess and goddess tangential women. He's loyal to his enormous following.
Gigantic.
That's all right. I'm sure she'll get some Fernando.
She'll get plenty of Fernando.
She'll get more Fernando than ABBA.
Yeah. It's an older meme, but it checks out.
See, it's all in the cards, and
it's
all. I got Man After Midnight stuck in my head.
Yes, I love that song. I unironically love ABBA.
Same here,
man. give me the Man After Midnight.
Is that the song that Madonna sampled?
I don't know.
What her song?
That's the song with that guy who does the TikTok when he's in the armor and the mage on the body pillow comes to save him.
Yeah. I love it. I love that one.
Oh, and if you guys were wondering why Shayla's sticker looks a little different, it's because Shayla has a new design and outfit for Tropicali.
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
You've heard people mention Tropicali, and if you're not privy to it, that's my side game I'm making. It's in the same universe as OoT, but it's a very different game. You don't have to play Tropicali to know the full picture of OoT. You don't need to play OoT to really know Tropicali. It's just fun. It's a very different tone. It's not as melodramatic. There's actual gameplay instead of just being a straight VN. It's
management.
Yeah, it's a management game. So it's something I've been doing for fun for about the last year or so. And I hopefully will get a Patreon demo for it soon. But OoT is the priority, and whenever OoT takes the stage, it takes the stage. So we'll see that hopefully sooner rather than later. But it should be fun when it comes out. Definitely meant to be a shorter, much more complete game. So it'll be done way before OoT's done. Like, I want to do 3 parts for Tropicali, and that's it.
You said
that'd be like a cool thing to manage. If you had to manage his nut, like if it built up too much, he would like die.
Balls explode.
And in Tropicali, it's hotel management, so we get to see numbers go up. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dopamine.
The concept was the management games from Yakuza.
Yeah.
Like the root idea, and then it just kind of, it's its own thing, but that's the concept design where it's derived from.
Heat makes a very good point.
Harem Hotel knockoff. You never really manage the hotel and
that's true. You buy a new room. You don't even buy a room.
You don't even really do anything.
Hey, you have to read hours of exposition.
Oh, imagine that. Imagine doing that. What kind of idiot would put hours of exposition in his game? Imagine. I can't believe someone would ever write Out of Touch to have hours of exposition.
No idea.
You do indeed have to buy a single room in
banter.
Harem Hotel. Don't you also have to buy elf slavery?
You buy the bar. The bar sucks.
Alright, I think I'll end the recording here. So goodbye, goodbye YouTube.